All right. That's one bit. That's one bit sorted out. Hold up. There we go. Let's have some screen here as well. There we are. What is up, everybody? Oh, wow, this shirt doesn't do well with the green screen, does it? Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. Also this bit. What's up with this bit? Go away. Sometimes touching it works, but... Anyway, what's up? Good morning, or afternoon, evening, wherever you may be. There we go. It's starting to fix itself. That's always nice. What's up? Oh man, we got some real bloody good players here today. I'm hoping that they will deliver on those matches, but you know what? I think one of them, at least if we manage to get them, should be pretty darn impressive already on its own, right? If innovation versus stats is going to be a thing, man, it's like some GSL finals level stuff right there already on its own. Shame it's a best of 3 if they do play. But still, pretty darn impressive. Let's see. What's up, Beardlike? I'm sorry I didn't bring the wig. Stratapang, Fiernan Talk, Rayangth, and Mr. Angel as well. Wow, we have another Mr. Angel here in chat. You know, we have a guy called Mr. Angel as well on our team. He's pretty darn good at Brodels. Oh, I made it worse. Look at that. It's okay. It's okay, Mr. Green Screen. It's okay. Go back to sleep. It's alright. It's alright. Go back to sleep, Mr. Green Screen. This tournament is pretty darn stacked. Yeah, I agree. It's a little bit ridiculously stacked, honestly. And... you know what? The reason for it would probably be to hopefully provide the best type of StarCraft 2 entertainment. Which is contrary to some of the other beliefs, right? Some other people might say that it's just there to, you know, because we're bored. No. It's not just that. We also prefer to have some pretty darn good StarCraft 2 here. And, yeah. This is group of death. I don't think. Well, maybe. I think the real group of death is going to start really happening in the playoffs here with this one, especially if stats and innovation both advance as well. I mean, I'm kind of expecting that. Looking at today's group, right? Armani and Dream, they're pretty darn good. Dream as well, in particular, I'd say has been making some waves here and there. So maybe he's going to be able to cause an upset. I mean, they are best of 3s. But I think stats should be able to pull one through. And then innovation. How could you ever bet against innovation, right? Innovation is just kind of the main dog right now of the Terran race, I'd say, especially in the online cups. It used to be Cure mostly, but we already have Cure in the playoffs already as well. So, I mean, it's just have the second one there added in as well. But TY though, TY doesn't do as many online cups, so he's kind of out of my domain in a sense. He also won GSL previous time, of course, so already he's a little bit. I think he's already a little bit stacked on dough, so he's like, you know, I can skip a couple. I can skip a couple of big tournaments here and there. Kind of like what Maru. Maru is the same thing, right? Serral as well. Same thing. But, yeah. Innovation and Cure, though, pretty darn strong, and on a good day could take out TY anytime. And then I think they might be a little bit more impressive overall in the TVP and the TVZ matches. And TY, he's more so of like I'm not quite convinced that he would do as well in these online cups as he would do in the GSL type of format, right? Because as we can kind of see with TY's playstyle, he's a big planner, and if he's like busy doing these types of online cups instead of actually planning for his GSLs and really practicing specifically for that, I feel like that may undermine his capabilities here and there a little bit. while also underperforming in those online cups because they are, you know, they're a little bit random. They're strong abouts. You wouldn't really spend too much time in, you know what, analyzing and planning for your opponent specifically because of the the difference in the prize pools, right? So you wouldn't be as inclined to spend as much time into also, you know what, there's less glory overall. There's more glory in getting the GSL trophy in your hands and being able to kiss it and then having your picture taken. Then, you know what, I mean, sometimes doing a little bit of an interview here, that we do sometimes, right? Sometimes we hold a little bit of an interview, which is nice, but it's not really the same, is it? It's not really the same. So, well, anyway, I think we have the maps here picked out for our first match: Armani versus Innovation. Innovation. Sorry, the morning is coming down my throat still a little bit. There's a Juju Cup today. That's both Cyril and TY. Well, that's pretty darn good. That is pretty darn good. Well, there you could see whether or not TY is indeed better at the, well, at least if he is capable of handling himself as well in the online markets. And Cyril, I mean, Cyril, he's just going to be able to do whatever at any time. He's gonna be okay no matter what he does, right? Right? I think so. But yeah, you don't need specific players unless if you're looking forward to seeing specific players in particular. You know, that's my opinion at least. And stats. Man, oh man, he is really the cream of the crop right now for Protoss, and it's just going to be interesting to see actually what he brings out now today as well, because he's really bringing his A game recently, right? And especially in GSLs and online cups as well, he's really been kicking ass, and it would be fun to see what else he can really bring here. You know, I'm very interested in seeing what exactly he will be getting done and how he'll be getting it done, because especially if we do get the chance to see Stats versus Armani, that might be one of the more interesting ones, because Stats, you know, always a little bit of playing on his own beat, the own march of his drum. It would be interesting to see what he manages to get done there. What's up, Overlord? How you doing? Do you think Stats has become more aggressive in his strategy? Yeah, you can say something about that, right? He's not really completely all defense anymore, for certain. We did see him actually incorporate a lot of, like, early on Stalker's aggression as well, even without the blink sometimes. Just in the PvT matchup in particular, perhaps. But yeah, he has become more aggressive overall. But I think that just kind of made him a more well-flushed out player, you know? You're not quite certain anymore what you're playing against when playing against Stats, which only goes to the benefits of Stats, right? Because that means people actually need to stay on top of their scouting, they need to pay attention to every little opportunity and possibility, they need to figure out what he's doing, instead of just kind of playing against a standard macro Protoss. Alright, anyway, let's handle these player names and their colors and their races. And, you know, let's mention their clans with it as well, of course. Because up here in the top left side, we have a red Terran player fighting for Kaiser Gaming. He is Innovation. Bottom right, Blue Zerg. None other than the Afrika Freaks Armani. A little bit overshadowed, Armani, right? Compared to, let's say, Sue, of course, the other Afrika Freaks Zerg, maybe even DRG now, right? DRG came back from military, and suddenly he's just in the Afrika Freaks, and Armani has been there for a while, and he's like, wait, well, I'm still a Zerg too. It's kind of what it feels like to me. Probably not the case. Armani's still very strong on his own as well, but just not quite as much a powerhouse. But in this tournament, he's really been proving himself pretty darn nicely. You know, I could actually quickly have a look at who did he beat to get here, of course. So he went up against Zest, 2-0, Zest, and 2-1 versus Hurricane. So those are some pretty big names all on their own already. Zest, though, I mean, he's even said it himself. He's not really playing the best to his capabilities recently, so it's a bit of a shame. Which is, you know what, kind of nice to see Stats then making the resurgence as well. Which is kind of funny because those players usually, well, I say usually, but often you see them kind of interchanging who's going to be the top dog at the time, depending on what kind of strategies are the most prevalent or the strongest right now. Whether that be the more aggressive playstyle or the just the macro playstyle. Alright, nice Ling micro there from Armani. Just one little extractor trick there. Ooh, might lose the... No, okay. Whew. Thought he needed like one more shot there, but... Armani keeps the creep safe. The little creep eggs should be okay now. And yeah, it looks like we're just gonna have a standard straight up macro game from these two players as well. Innovation though, of course, known to just quickly do a 2-based timing attack as well. He's really been grinding out the online cups though, hasn't he? Innovation just mad dogging it through all the through all the tournaments and all the show matches right now. There we go. 2 Hellions to start things off with. Looking for the creep to miss once more. It's gonna be a bit difficult, of course, with the 2 queens already standing in front of the 2 creep to miss there. That are pretty much the only 2 creep to miss in town so far. At least the ones that matter. As soon as it spreads out a little bit more, so it's gonna be easier, of course, to get things sorted. Fusion core on the way, by the way, as well for innovation. Want to keep my eye out on that production tab to see if there's an armory as well on the way. I doubt it though, because he's not really been making Hellions anymore, right? He's just stuck to the 4 Hellions here, and then used the spare minerals to get himself this this quicker 3rd command center. So very, very strong thing indeed right now, where you will be just applying some pressure with the Hellions, and then at the same time, of course, fly in with the battlecruiser. It's a build tried to, you know, be true and strong. How would you call this? True and something else. I don't know. I'm Dutch. Don't blame me. Blame my heritage. Right, Link should be plentiful now enough to kind of make this even more difficult now, of course. Allow the queens a bit more relaxation time on their own accord. Always nice, always nice. But yeah, I don't think we're going to be seeing too much action up until that battlecruiser, of course, comes in. Yamato Cannon also being researched here, but already for Armani. Did he get the scout here on the battlecruiser? Yes, he... Well, no, he didn't actually. Maybe he's just anticipating it, or maybe he already wanted to go for a quick spire regardless. We have been seeing that a lot more often recently, right? A quicker lay attack so we can get a quick spire for the Zergs. Because, you know what, the Mutalisks, they do alright against the bio play as well. You might be able to pick up some siege tanks here and there. And at the same time, you know, it's just nice in case there is a battlecruiser attack coming in, that you will be able to safeguard yourself with relative ease. Couple more creep teamers, not too many. Oh my dear lord, there's a big Ling run by here. Well, I'd say big, it got 2 kills. That's fine too. Less than I thought that would be, but still pretty reasonable. Saves that Overlord as well. It pulled all the Hellions back, right? I think that's a pretty big deal, especially in situations like these where the battlecruiser really starts ramping up the aggression. That's when you want to be aggressive as well with those Hellions at the same time. Now, of course, it's not the end of things just quite yet, as there will be a second battlecruiser coming in pretty shortly here. And I think he's just going to jump right on top of this other battlecruiser as well. And I mean, with only 4 queens here, that's not going to be enough against the 2 Yamato Cannons battlecruisers. And he's just flying it across right now. I feel like that may be a little bit of a missed opportunity. But then again, I suppose he doesn't quite know about the... well, there are Corruptors on the way already, so maybe that is just kind of on his mind here. And doesn't want to lose them. Definitely was a bit of a timing there, though, to get pretty much all of the queens, but... You know what? Stay safe. Doesn't take those unnecessary risks, right? And that is a quality all on its own. Which is worthy of praise as well. And there we go. Gets himself another Corruptor instead. And zaps on out of there. Now having 2 battle cruisers. Almost 3. I think we'll go up to like 3, right? That's usually the amount that you're seeing. Maybe 4 as well. Sometimes happens as well. I think that is about where you want to be. Not too many, because then it becomes too easy for the Zerg to just counter you with the Corruptors here. Oh. Wow, that Creep Tumor stayed alive somehow. Didn't think that was possible anymore. Getting randomly shot by the Hellions usually means it's instant death, especially when there's this many Hellions. Just barely managed to survive there. Corruptors. How many are we on right now? 9 of them in total. This is the 3 battle cruisers. Mech Field Acceleration Missile Supercharger is also on the way here. The Cyclone Booster. Making the 1-punch Cyclone. I mean, Armani's been doing really well here so far, right? He only lost 3 workers. I think that's worth pointing out as well. This is a Battlecruiser Hellion aggression. You know, it not always happens that way. Now, normally I would say he's pretty nicely ahead, but he is playing against Innovation, the monstrosity of Macro himself, and I'm not quite sure if that's going to be doing the trick here. Just to not lose your workers in the early parts of the game. Because other than that, he really hasn't been able to kill off that much himself either, right? He killed 3 Hellions here, but that's it pretty much. The 3 SCVs at the start as well. Wait a moment. That means he only lost 1. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mixing those 2 up. Yeah, so he only lost the one worker here. That's even more impressive. But he did lose the more minerals overall. He killed 1 battlecruiser though, so that is definitely a nice boon. Oh, gets all of these Hellions as well now. Very nice, little bit of a surround there with those links. And makes some maneuverability for himself. What's up, Lugonis? Lugonis. There we go. Hello! Yeah, I think Inno's in a bit of trouble here. I mean, he does still have the Cyclones. They are upgraded right here, but that's a lot of roaches. How many siege tanks do we have? Reasonable amount. There's no planetary fortress here. The battlecruisers do fall. And, I mean, as long as he keeps these roaches at bay, the Cyclones should be able to do alright against the Corruptors, but they are really dwindling in number right now. 3 more do get added into the mix. Another base gets destroyed. And now 14 workers with them as well. Sensor tower gets destroyed as well. Armani picking his targets nicely. Knows that he will not be able to move away from this battle, so it just takes the fight like a, you know, like a man. Like a man. But yeah. I mean, it's still a pretty darn good position here, I'd say, for Armani after that one. 19 Mutalisk now on the way as well. That's going to make it a lot easier to keep those Corruptors alive. And get him right on top of those Cyclones and deal some real damage there. Innovation may have found himself an opportunity here, though, to kill off a hatchery. Needs to start looking on, and there we go. Okay, so that is going to be a lost base here for Armani. And it's going to put him back up to the same amount of bases as Innovation. Although, you know what, the corrosive piles here may be just enough to break down the planetary as well. And you know what, just when you think he's when he's coming back, he loses another base here, unfortunately. Oh, and now even with the Mutalisk as well, coming in as support here, and look at that. Just absolutely destroying the Cyclones right now. And, well, that is rough. That is definitely rough. Back to 3 bases with you. Back to square 3. There is 3 Thors in production, though. They're all going to finish up at the same time here. So as soon as they come out, that's going to be one hell of a boatload of damage there, especially with the +2/+2 coming in. But, I mean, is it going to be too little, too late? The corrosive biles now as well, hitting up another orbital. Too many missile turrets there, though. I mean, there's 4 of them stacked up on one another. And he will be pushed backwards for now, but, I mean, yeah. That's rough. That's a rough position to be in, honestly. How can you bring this back? Maybe with Widow Mines? He is getting himself the tunneling claws, or the drilling claws. The Widow Mine claws. Apparently they have claws. You don't just have drills. It's rough. Armani playing really well here today, actually. It's really cool to see the bit of an upset, perhaps. I mean, he needs to win one more game, of course, as well, but so far he's doing pretty darn solid. Taking out a factory here as well. Coming in with more roaches. They do pretty alright against those Thors. Will trade pretty efficiently, but with the Widow Mines as well, and more Thors coming in, that's not going to be really the fight you want to be taking here. Armani, though, I mean, he is allowed to trade inefficiently here, of course. Innovation lost 16 more works on a economy right now of 56. And we can see a clear advantage here in the income grab for Armani. That's going to kick in even more so, of course, with these 2 other bases finishing up. And if Innovation, I mean, he's already kind of struggling to stabilize here. I doubt that he's going to be able to push across the map to harass those bases either. And look at that, he's losing more workers, he's losing the siege tanks. Losing a lot of stuff. Yes, the roaches are dying too, actually, but I mean, that is not the real struggle for Innovation right now. Killing off those roaches doesn't mean too much at this moment in time. Needs to get more stuff done. The bank for Armani as well, still pretty darn solid, so should be able to get a bag, get back that army that he lost in this situation. And improve it as well. There we go. This time around with some Vipers. And yeah, back up to 180 supply right now. So overall, yes, Innovation is trading out pretty nicely. But, I mean, he's already had some bad fights here and there. So they're only now quite about... Well, I guess that is still 2k extra gas being lost by Armani. But still, though, I'm not completely convinced that that is enough to really... say that they're on equal footing here. Now, I mean, let me see. So for a second there, Innovation making a little bit of a comeback in that income graph, but it's, as we mentioned before, with these new bases added in, now it's going to be a rough one. And Armani really doing a good job so far of denying Innovation any further expansions. Innovation's trying, he really has to, right, in a way. I think his one ticket here into a victory potentially would be, of course, to kind of get himself to a max out supply. And then just try to do something with that army. I mean, so far we're not seeing that massive of attack, right? Roaches and Ravagers won't do that well against a full supply mecha army. Which is kind of where we're getting at right now. 118 supply, we're equal on that actually. But time is ticking, of course. That's not going to be the case for the eternity of this match. We have the Ultralisk Cavern finishing up right now. Great Aspire as well. Where is this thing? Why can't I see it? Oh wait, it's right there. Hello, good morning. So yeah, that's coming in right now as well, and I suppose he is moving for the jugular. There's a reasonable amount of Vipers here, but I mean, he's gonna need one hell of a fight here. Okay, for a moment I thought he got. Oh no, the Widow Mines. Oh god. Oh, those 20-some banelings instantly gone, just like that. That is rough. Well, at least he has some open supply right now to make Ultralisk, right? At least that's the case. Man, oh man. Also, I think the Vipers are pretty cool, but I always feel like the Infestors are a bit better in these types of situations. Just to have the neural happening, having some other stuff kind of going into your favor, right? Against the Battle Mech, having a Fungal, is just fantastic. Amazing stuff. Alright, well, the Cyclones here will be able to pick off this base. Armani attempting a little bit of a run by action here, killing off 7 of those SCVs, but I feel like that's just going to allow Innovation to get an even bigger, scarier army. Really not the main priority right now for Armani. Man, more of those Widow Mines just looking absolutely terrifying here. Right, 3 Broodlords on the way. We have a good amount of the Ultralisk now as well settled in here. There's 2 Infestors in the back as well. They do have Neural. And they see this army just moving backwards right now. So, I mean, Innovation. He killed off 1 base. Is that going to be enough to bring him back into this? Let's see in the income graph. Well, that is still a little bit looking dicey for Innovation. Feels like he would have done well continuing this onwards. But actually, these 3 Broodlords over here on the left side doing a pretty darn good job abusing the open sky area here. Of course, you still need to be careful for those Cyclones. Micro a little bit further backwards. Innovation doing a good job as well protecting against this, but at the same time as well, the base on the planetary base on the other side gets absolutely demolished as well. Baneling's Ultralisk crashing into that one. There's one more Widow Mine here. There we go. Story of the Widow Mine. 1 Viking to rule them all. It's gonna put an end to this nasty Brood Lord's harassment. You don't see this every day, do you? Just some random Brood Lords, 3 of them suddenly harassing a base somewhere. That's a pretty cool strategy though, right? It's very difficult to clean this up, especially with just ground forces. It really made Innovation go into the Viking there. It's a tiny thing that he then has to deal with. Losing another base once more. Just a couple of Cyclones there as well invested, right? 5 Cyclones, doesn't lose any of them. And skedaddles on out of there. It's like, got your base. Yeah, I got your base. And yeah, Innovation, he's definitely making this a game again. Killing those bases was absolutely massive. Killing this one, again, very big as well. And Armani, he's just trading bases right now. Is that the right call? Maybe. I think it might be, because you know what, Innovation, he's really strapped for cash right now. This is pretty much on a 1-base economy at this moment in time. But to be fair, what do we even have really available for our blue Zerg here as well? I mean, a bunch of stuff dying to Widow Mines, that's one thing for sure. But other than that, yes, this base mining over here, half a base mining over here. And that's about it as well. So he needs to have another base set up. And Innovation doing a bang-up job keeping this from happening. And now with all these scans as well, seeing those Infestors, that's going to make it even more difficult to really get those neurals that you're looking for. Versus this type of army composition. And this is a great position as well to fight in for Innovation. On top of the high ground with 2 little choke points right there. To abuse with all his siege tank numbers, his Widow Mines and all that good jazz. It's gonna be a rough one. Man, oh man, Armani looked like he was in a really good position there, and like he was gonna be able to take it, but I don't know if it was the right call necessarily to just completely go for the continuous counter-attacking. Maybe a little bit too late with making the transition into either the Ultras or the Broodlords. Oh, lock-ons onto the Vipers there. Keeps scanning on. Would be really cool to see some missile turrets as well being thrown down just to avoid the Infestor flank. Because that can still break this game, of course, here for Innovation. It looks like we're getting close to that conclusive striking here. Alright, the siege tanks loading up, and that is still going to be a well-taken fight there for Armani. Cleans up his army right now. That maybe his ticket to salvation. Blocking this base as well with a 1 tiny Ling there being burrowed. Very well played. Gonna stop that from doing too much here. And that may be it. Innovation not seeing those... Oh, that's a good way to mine hit. But yeah, Innovation not seeing those infestors was absolutely massive. And that was a great way for Armani to win that fight right there. Now, is it going to be enough though? Is it going to be enough? That's kind of the overall idea of this entire game, it feels like, right? Oh, there's an orbital here. That's not a planetary fortress, boys. That's a hefty problem for those SCVs right now. And although we mentioned before it seemed like it could be okay for Innovation to lose SCVs, that's no longer the case. He's really strapped here. He is run dry, and losing any SCV right now is going to have to be replaced at some point if he does want to win this game, I feel like. As he just doesn't have any money anymore. He really doesn't have any money anymore. He doesn't have a scary army either, right? All he has is these Widow Mines and these Cyclones. That's all. That's all there is. There's one Viking as well. Where's the Viking? Right there. It's almost dead already. Kind of a fish on land. Right here, this could be rough. We just need one fungal on these Cyclones, I feel like, and that should be pretty much it. Zergling's trying to catch them. There's the fungal. Alright, well, Infestors, 2 of them do fall here, but the Ultralisk is going to be able to get on top of them, and GG is called. Armani still taking this match right there. And that was a pretty darn solid one to start things off with. That was nice. Woo. Man. Armani really bringing it home there. Innovation with the mech play. Almost. So super close getting the victory there. And I mean, Armani taking a map of Innovation right now. One of the top dogs in Terran overall. If not the top dog, honestly. I'm a big Innovation fan. I'm a big Innovation believer, especially in the TVC and the TVP. Maybe the TVP in particular, but other than that, I mean, as TVT is pretty darn good too, you know. I mean, he could take any Terran on in a TVT, I'd say. It's not like he's always going to be the absolute favorite. Probably not. Maybe not even the slightly favored. He might be slightly unfavored in some TVTs and stuff like that. But other than that, I mean, good stuff. And Armani here really showing his own strengths. Taking a big macro game there off of Innovation. And if Innovation's well known for one thing, I mean, it's going to have to be his macro, right? That's why we call him the Machine, because he's just so stellar at controlling all the stuff at home, doing all the things right. And, yeah, very cool to see. And, you know what, we're lucky that we're going to have another game between these two. And it's going to be on Golden Walls. So, you know, a lot of great matches have been produced from this map. And let's see if that's going to be the case here once more. You know what, let me... There we go. Oh. It's a bit of scoreboard shindiggery. Alright, well, the very attentive viewers already kind of see something happening here, but let's just talk about this. In the bottom right side, we have ourselves a red Zerg player. He is fighting for the Afrika Freaks. He is Armani. Top left. Wait, top left. I mean, the bottom left. Good morning. It's the... Well, I guess it's a little bit to the top right. In the middle, we have ourselves 2 barracks being built by this blue Terran, and it looks like they will get scouted here. Oh, that's rough. Anyway, here's Skyzy Gaming's Innovation. Yep, this is happening. Armani, seeing everything that's going on here, immediately sends out the drones. Come on, boys. Let's dance. The drone dance crew right now arriving here. Gonna break dance these SCVs into an early grave. Alright, to the left and to the right. Alright, oh, you. Alright, I mean, he cancels one of the... Well, he doesn't cancel, but he makes sure that this one is going to have a rough time finishing up. So that on its own already delaying this quite a bit here. Also, there's no bunkers yet going up. And I feel like the bunkers are a crucial part of this strategy to work. And, I mean, with just the one half HP SCV, there we go. A second SCV on the way. Okay, cancels the second barracks. He's like, alright, never mind. Never mind. Let's just do something else entirely. And that's what we're seeing right now. So Armani already, just with that, delaying that second barracks there. Being able to make this very uncomfortable for Innovation and holds it off. Doesn't send out too many of his drones either. I think he's still expecting more of the Mariners to come in here. But of course suddenly a Reaper is here. And that may, may cause him to... you know what, get a little bit upset about having sent his drones out on the map here. Only loses one of them, so that's nice. Has to make another one into an extractor. A bit of a bummer, not gonna lie. But overall, I mean, it looks like the Reaper's still a little bit slower than he would be if he were to just be sent from the barracks straight up. Instead of having the... well, gets a drone there again. So 2 drones and a... What happened to the other drone from the top? Did he manage to get back there somewhere? Did he get killed as well? Who knows? Trying to get that SCV. This is the luckiest SCV I've seen in a while there. Alright, there we go. I'm just living on the edge right there. Imagine working under those circumstances, right? You're just kind of sitting here and then just outside of your little safety cage there's 2 alien creatures nibbling away at the structure, trying to get inside. Man. Talk about hazard pay. There's another command center here for Innovation, already getting constructed. Getting himself the tech lab as well, and a fusion core. There we go. Back to his regular old self. And oh my. Oh my. Now this used to be the way to deal with battlecruisers, wasn't it? Just go for a ton of roaches, push across the map, and kill your opponent before the battlecruiser really gets to kill the roaches. That could be the case here once more. Armani really banking up a couple of those roaches, getting a couple of those ravagers as well. It's not really... Let's see actually what the next wave of units is going to be. Is it going to be more roaches? Is it going to be drones? I feel like it might be drones now. Could be Zerglings as well. Okay, yeah, there it is. There's the drones. So just a little bit of pressure, and I think that should be, this should be overall quite handleable, something the battlecruiser could deal with, right? Now, it's still going to take him a while before that battlecruiser is here, of course, so he wants to buy as much time as he can with these Hellions and the Reaper, which is a rough thing to do, that is for sure, as, you know, Roaches and Ravagers do pretty darn well against the Hellions. Going up a ramp though, this tiny little ramp making things very difficult. No Overlords coming in as well. We'll be allowing the high ground vision here. Oh, the Widow Mines! Oh, nice splits there from Armani. Quickly pulls away with one of the Roaches, only losing one of them due to the Widow Mines there. The Widow Miners. Now the Biles will commence. And up until this moment in time, of course, the battlecruiser comes out, and now Armani is just like, alright, well, abandon ship, let's go back. Let's go back home. And we have to wonder, was that all worth it, right? I'm not completely convinced that it was. What did he really get with that investment? That was a hefty investment. He got 2 Widow Mines, 3 supply depots, and a Marine. That is rough indeed. Now, Innovation will just be coming across the map here. We'll be able to get the Hellions right on top of those Ravagers as well. Battlecruiser, oh, nice dodge there. Hellions do okay against Ravagers, actually. They do a lot more damage to them than they do to Roaches, that is for sure. kind of what we're seeing right now. Burning most of them down to the ground. And does he have a armory? I don't think he does. No, he doesn't again. So, well, let's see how much damage the battlecruiser then can really get done. Of course, the other units as well, still laying down the fire against those queens, making this really difficult for Armani to deal with. Has to make more roaches. Second battlecruiser immediately in the sky as well this time around. He's not playing it safe. He's just going to send it in straight ahead. Full steam ahead. Let's see. This spore crawler goes down. Oh, second spore crawler trying to get created as well. Nice transfusions there, but I mean, that's going to cost all the queens as well. Another queen falls. This spore crawler is going to go down, and I feel like that may be the end of things. I mean, he almost killed one of the battle cruisers, right? And there is a 4 roach counterattack here, but I mean, you don't see Hellions winning against roaches all that often, but that is pretty much what we're seeing right here. As long as you just have like 3 times the amount, then that should do the trick. GG is called, and Innovation ties up the series here. Oh, that's this is the button. There we go. Innovation tying up the series and getting, you know, getting a bit of a revenge, as they say in the French language. They don't say that there. To be fair, I don't know why I went all Dutch on you. Anyway, interesting stuff indeed. Oh man. This is just me. Maybe it's my dark sweater that is making the overall brightness of the screen a little bit more bright than usual. The camera thinking like, wow, that sweater, it probably has a color, right, at some point, and then it's like, maybe not. Maybe not. Anyway, valiant effort there by Armani. I mean, the Roach Ravager strat, I think it may have been able to work if he actually really committed to it, right? If he really went for an all-in there instead of just a bit slight pressure. Because, well, with the battlecruisers and the Hellions, that's just, it got completely cleaned up, right? It didn't even really delay the Hellions or the battlecruisers anymore at that point. Because he lost all his stuff running backwards across the map. Which makes you wonder what else he could have done in that situation differently. And I think it came down to I think it just came down to the overall idea of him not really committing to the all-in, and also, I mean, afterwards, I mean, if you see that battlecruiser, yes, you can still run away. Maybe you'll get 1 or 2 of those Ravagers back, but ultimately, it might just be better to fully commit and try to deal as much damage to your opponent as possible and really take the fight, take the trade, and while doing so, delaying the battlecruisers and the Hellions from running across the map and giving you a little bit more time to squeeze out more queens, to squeeze out that second spore crawler that never really got to finish up in the main base, stuff like this. Anyway, let's do these introductions right here. In the top right side, we have a red Zerg. Almost called him a Farron. That's not a race. Anyway, he is none other than the freak of freaks, Armani. And just below him, I don't know how he managed to spawn here, but you know what, we're just gonna have to deal with it. It's the 3 barracks man. He's the blue boy. He's the Terran. He is Kaiser Gaming's Innovation. Alright. Thank you, Captain Planet. D-Faced, what's up, my man? How you doing? Hope the morning's treating you well, kindly. It's probably already the afternoon for you, isn't it? Tatobson probably came down to the Overlord not being in position for the attack. I don't know, it was kind of there. It took him a little bit, I suppose. So maybe he lost like 1 or 2 biles, but ultimately, I'm not completely convinced that that would have made the difference right there. Late noon, alright. It's a rough one, it's a rough one. Well, boys and girls, this is what it looks like if it does work. And if you really commit to it, you know, the 3 barracks instead of the 2. I think we're just going to have to see the Roach War in here for Armani. I think that's just 1 ticket out of here, and that's not what we're seeing. And because of this, I'm a little bit wary that we might just be seeing the GG coming up pretty darn soon. Those bunkers are going to finish up. You will not be able to kill 2 bunkers with 4 SCVs, well, 3 SCVs with 4 links. Well, okay, 6 links, alright? That will be generous with those numbers. Even if he does come in here with the broodlings, I mean, that's not going to be able to get cleaned up here. Those links are going to get absolutely squished. There's no way for him to take that fight. What can he do in this situation? I think that that's... Well, I mean, it's a couple of things. You can go 1 base lay attack and then try to do something Nidus stuff like that. I mean, he does have a good Overlord in position. What else he could try is a Bailing Nest, right? Try to do a bust over here. And if he does get the bust here, because this still, right, with the 3 barracks, it's still pretty darn all in. Killing this base doesn't necessarily mean the end of things. But very often, you want to, you know what, be able to trade very efficiently here. And I don't think the Banelings are the way to do that necessarily. I always think that the Ro8 is just a little bit more efficient. What is he doing? I mean, you're making a Baneling Nest, Armani. Stop committing suicide. Don't do that. Alright, that's the Banelings now. Well, this is interesting, isn't it? I don't... this is just rough. There's 3 bunkers now. There's another bunker coming down. Innovation is just making a wall of buildings right now. Armani, he is a bit high on the minerals. He has no way to spend it. He has like 500 minerals stacked up. I'm sure that he would love to make more Banelings, but he doesn't have the gas to do so. Even putting down the bunker here, making things even more difficult for Armani. This is not gonna go his way. This is just not gonna go his way anymore, I feel like. Spine push. He doesn't have a spine here. There's not much he really has going for him in this sense. Wow, that 1 SCV getting a lot of value there as well still. The transfuse is nice, but ooh, losing a queen there is pretty costly as well. 4 more Banes on the way. He needs absolutely everything he can assemble here in this situation. And how are you even going to break this, right? How are you going to send these Banelings in, alright? Well, I guess that question's going to be answered. Unfortunately, only getting a single bunker there. And, yeah, GG. GG. Innovation takes him down with a lovely little bit of early aggression there. Putting down the bunkers on the creep. Well, not on the creep, just barely outside of the creep. I'm surprised you can't even put bunkers there, because that creep does manage to spread out quite quickly to the edge of that base, and then that stuff becomes impossible, of course. But Innovation there in time will be able to move himself into the winner's match. Armani, of course, not out of this just yet, will be going into the loser match, which you know, is a good match as well. You know, it's still possible. It's unfortunate for him that there's Dream and, of course, Stats, both of them waiting. But, you know, that first game versus Innovation, definitely making him look like a strong player. Sorry about this ASMR stuff on the background. And realized that I didn't close the package for my rice waffles. So, I didn't want those to get too dry, even though that's kind of their thing, being dry. I guess stale would be the better word. Spider, thank you for the follow. I'm gonna quickly give you guys a bit of an ad break here. Whoop, we already did it. All right. Kukehiho 123, thank you for the follow as well. Did I already say Captain Planet? Captain Planet, thank you for the follow. Sabukiro, Shockfault, Musicus 90, Hellspawns, Vengeance Place, Connor McGregor is here apparently as well. Thank you all for those lovely follows. Hope you guys are having yourself a good time there. We're gonna go from the TVZ into the PVT. Stats 2-0, only way I lose next. Maybe. I think Stats can very well get a 2-0 here. I think he is definitely in the possibility to do so. What's up, Devin? How you doing, buddy? Alright. Let me just give you guys a heads up as well, of course, as we do have a little bit of downtime here. It would be greatly appreciated if all of you lovely people would help us out with the Matcherino, if you could. Which looks just like this. If you type exclamation mark Matcherino in the chat, this is where you're going to be put... wait, well, that's the wrong screen, isn't it? Hold up. It's embarrassing. There we go. That's the Matcherino. So, as I was saying, what you can do is right over here. You go into the Matcherino and... you'll be able to get this over here. You get this sorted. There's some lovely things you can log in with. I like to use the Twitch. It's easy like that because I already have a Twitch account, of course, and it's logged into this browser. All right, now the next thing we do is quite easy as well. We press contribute, put that code in AX500DJ, and contribute. Quickly accept this one right there. All right, that is nice. I've already used it myself, so I'm not allowed to do it again. But you guys can, those of you who haven't done it already, of course. Another thing that is worth noting is any NA people from the region of NA, I'm pretty sure you will be able to do this survey. And the survey is going to add $2 as well to the prize pool, which will be absolutely massive, of course, as well. First and foremost, that's about $300 that we can add to this just by coupon codes alone. That's just money that's laying dormant right now that we could abuse and get sorted for ourselves. The survey quest, that is also just money laying there. I mean, just filling out a couple of questions and $2, bam, just like that, added into the StarCraft 2 scene. And what's better than that, of course? That is my question to you. Also, there's the replay pack available. You will be able to pay, well, $10, and then you will get 7 days worth of StarCraft 2. And that's another great way of getting the overall scene, or at least the Alpha X scene, a little bit of a boost as well, of course. Help us do these types of things a lot more often, and helps us get these players back around for us again. Many Arenes, what's up, my man? What's the score? The score is 0-0. Who won between Innovation and Prince? It was, in fact, Innovation. It was. Oh, what in the... What's his stats doing here? He's not making a wall in his natural, that's for sure. Alright, anyway, introducing top right side, we have ourselves a Brave Star Gaming Blue Terran player. He is Dream. Having some pretty darn good runs so far. Really starting to get into his stride, I feel like. His opponent here, though, maybe just an entire different class of battleship. I don't know why I call him a battleship. That's kind of just what he feels like to me. A true, pure-blooded battleship man. That's what's happening here. Anyway, he is the Red Protoss. He is fighting for the Afrika Freaks. He is a Stats. The Statsel ship. Alright. How's my lockdown? I've not really experienced any type of a lockdown, honestly, because I work in the field of, well, it's not medicine, it's healthcare kind of things. So, I've not really had a lockdown experience myself. But overall, it's been doing well for my streams, you know. More people are watching overall, which is nice. It's always nice to see that, you know. More support for StarCraft overall. A lot of nice people deciding that they want to support us and get more tournaments on the roll. You know what? And we even mentioned that I'll be doing a lot of the casting, and for some reason that doesn't scare people off. So, you know, that's also nice. That is also nice. Anyway, Adepti boy running across the map. Look at him go. Usain Bolt. It looks like he's teleporting pretty much. Imagine if Usain Bolt could do that as well, right? Just send out his ghost while he's running, and then he would just teleport across the track. He would just stand there for a while, and then people would just be like, being like, what is he doing? And then suddenly, boop. Aha. And there we go. I mean, Stats did get a good scout off, right? Let's take a look at what he exactly noticed. He saw one gas. He saw the base being made. He saw the reactor on the factory here. He saw no starports just quite yet. So maybe if he's sharp, he will be able to kind of figure it out and understand that there is something coming his way here with the... well, it is, of course, as we can see, the Hellion drop with the proxy starports, which is going to hit relatively quickly. He's making a shield battery at the front, made a full wall off as well. Kind of a bit of a shame that he had to invest that much, of course, into this wall off here. But, yeah, especially because he's not quite sure yet that this is going to be, of course, through the front door. Alright, now we see the full wall off. There we go. Okay, so that's really well done. This is some real clever play here from Stats, being able to identify that this is a real possibility. And there we go, it's in position. But of course, 4 Hellions, still very, very lethal here. And there's 2 Stalkers. Is it going to be enough? Only losing 4 workers there. I think that is very respectable. That is very, very respectable indeed. And, you know, that could have gone a whole lot worse. And overall, I think, you know, his control with the probes as well was very nicely done. Very often with these types of Hellion run-bys, people still kind of automatically, right, the muscle reflex kicks in with the Widowmine defense. Protoss have been doing so many defenses against the Widowmines that they would just run everything away instantly. And that's when the real damage comes in from those Hellions. And, you know, just having those avoided is quite something else. Many rings. I mean, if you can't donate, that's fine, man. That's no problem at all. I mean, if you want to help out anyway, right, that's up to you. You can just tell your friends about the stream and do some stuff like that, you know. That is already quite something else. And that'd be nice. Is it roboticizing for anyone else? I don't think so, Defaced. It may just be you. Try to refresh the stream. And then usually people will let me know if it is going roboty, so... Unless if everybody has me muted. That happens. Happens sometimes. Anyway, War Prism harassment right now. Coming back to kick Dream's butt. It's like you want to do the drop play. Alright, I'll show you some drop play. We'll be able to get out of there as well. Very nicely done. Doesn't even take any type of hull damage there. And the Hellions need to go away as well still. Dream still, I mean, he's in a pretty good position here, right? Third base for Dream is a little bit delayed overall. I'm not quite sure if he's even going to go for it anymore at this moment in time. He might just throw down 2 more barracks, but yeah, it is a little bit awkward at this moment. Wondering what he's planning. He might just go for the attack pretty soon. Okay, there we go. There is the third base. Gets the observer. Actually, there's 2 observers there. That's kind of funny too. Stats once again, unfortunately, in the siege tank range. And Dream, I mean, he probably just wants to deal with this War Prism. This is buying a lot of time here for Stats. This one War Prism with the 4 Stalkers. Dream just keeping a minimum amount of Mariners here to get himself sorted out if Stats does try to push into this location with that War Prism. And then moves across there. Is already... Well, there will be 2 Colossi out, actually, as this push arrives. The extended thermal lance also almost ready here. And the third base economy is starting to kick in. Will be able to pay for itself relatively quickly here. Dream is in the round of 6 in GSL, actually. Yeah, so is Stats. So this is pretty much a round of 16 GSL match right here. I don't think they're on the same, they're not on the same overall group, are they? That'd be even cooler, honestly. Did it go through on the loser's side? No, this is... Wait, who were we talking about? Pesmanian? Oh, the Viking and the Medivac looks like they did manage to clean that up here. Well, wait a moment. Was there a recall? I think there was a recall. Tactical recall. Where's that bad boy? Show it to me. There he is. Oh, you're just using it as a scout right now for drops. That's pretty darn nifty as well. A replacement for the War Prism, so he's going to be able to get more stuff out of that Robo. Man, honestly, I just love watching Stats play so much. It is quite inspiring, honestly. He really does some pretty darn cool stuff. And this push over here, it definitely could have some impact as well. He does have those 3 siege... well, yeah, there is 3 siege tanks. There's the 2 Vikings. This could be a bit dicey. Oh, blinking forward, actually, as well. Getting right on top of those siege tanks, trying to mitigate the overall damage on the Colossi. Using pickup micro as well to avoid the Viking fire. But it may just be a little bit too much still. The spread from Dream was absolutely massive, and... I mean, the trade was okay, but that is still, of course, quite favorably here for Dream. And, yeah, as you can see, that's a lot of gas down the drain right there. He did kill off 17 workers, though, so that is something. If he can stabilize against this counterattack that is coming in right now, which he very well might be able to do with this amount of Blink Stalkers here. I mean, a lot of the supply, we're seeing a high army supply here for Dream, but a lot of that is in these Medivacs, in the Vikings, and I mean, with Stalker Zealots, that should be able to be remedied here. And yeah, Dream, I just don't think he's in a position where he will be able to get damage done across the map here. But yeah, Dream really having a great position in this moment in time. Making those Vikings as well a good choice, of course. Helping out against the Colossi. And at the same time, also helping out against the War Prism. So a great choice there overall. And now he's looking like he's going to go for a round number 2. Has more units right now. Has the SCVs as well. A bold choice indeed. I mean, he didn't lose anything on the counter-aggression just quite yet, so now he will be able to push in here with still a army advantage. Is it going to be enough, though? That's the real question. Those disruptor shots there are always quite scary. Maybe able to get the Robo here before it actually gets something done. Ooh, big connection. Shoot batteries saves the day. Making sure that that disruptor does manage to get out. The other disruptor shot not really getting any type of connection there. Is Dream spread out too thin. There's still 2 more siege tanks coming down the line. There's a couple of the Liberators as well, of course, here. Dream really making some work happen here. We need to see a good disruptor shot. Oh, Stalker's right underneath the Liberators. Is that going to be enough? This is quite a scary one. All right. Oh, great disruptor shot there. More SCVs go down, and I think Stats may be able to clean this up here. Needs to still get that siege tank on the top side, though. But overall, yeah, it looks like Dream is falling apart. And that is going to be, well, pretty darn close to the game here, I'd say. There's 2 SCVs still remaining here. Man, if those were Mariners, that would be quite nice. You'd be able to kill off a couple of those probes. But other than that, losing 24 workers now in total. 46 SCVs in one match. That is quite a numerous amount to lose. The supply is still kind of equal, yes, but that is mostly because of the medevac supply here. I'd say 6 of them, definitely kind of inflating the overall army supply here. And other than that, I mean, well, let's see what the income graph is like right now. I mean, we do have mules, of course, kicking away at the income graph here as well. Cuddlebear, what's up, my man? You literally just tabs back. Wow. I mean, he knows. He knows. He put keyloggers on all his favorite players. Keeps tabs on you. Make sure you're doing alright. Alright. So Dream, once again, trying to set up shop here. I mean, this army is looking pretty impressive again. I mean, especially considering the amount of economic losses that he took. This is still quite something, but is it enough to take on Archons, the Colossus, 3 Disruptors? I'm not completely certain. You need to have some pretty darn stellar micro here to make that work. We'll have to wait and see if that's going to be the case here. Ooh, trying to get that observer there, spotting it, but maybe he didn't have a scan available. Yeah, he didn't have a scan available, so already stimming, trying to get underneath without having that available there, unfortunately. Anyway, Stats looks like he will be the person in charge right now, and I mean, the previous time we saw the fight take place here, the spread overall for Dream was enough to make this work. And we might still see a little bit of a rotation from Stats, of course, if he comes in from this angle over here. It may provide an entirely different fight, or even if he comes on from the right side, right? That's just going to make things a lot more difficult for Dream here. Disruptor shots whiffing so far. Now, the truly terrifying thing is that Stats doesn't have to break him here, right? He doesn't have to do anything really, much of anything. He can just kind of contain his opponents, make him a little bit scared and wary to go for that 4th base, all while he's getting himself the 4th and the 5th base established here and running as smoothly as they can with the Protoss efficiency that they're so famous for. Oh my god, that Warp Prism, are you joking me? Just, man, he needs to run that back. That's just unfair to let that be alive here. Jeez Louise, I can't believe that actually got in there. Alright, so DT's now doing quite something as well. Making an Archon here, because why the hell not? Soon, thank you for the little sub there, my man. Very much appreciated. You have my condolences for the money you've just killed off, but very much appreciate it. Oh my, I don't think Stats has anything to be looking for in a fight like this though. I thought coming in from the right side would be enough, but I'm not quite so certain anymore. The Disruptor still providing a good way to avoid getting well, chased too hard here, but that's the EMPs, and this might still actually go into Dream's favor, and that is, it's going to be quite a impressive feat, in fact. I mean, he's really chasing him here right now. Disruptors again, though, proving their worth. The Warp Prism on the top right came in again as well for a round number 2. More Dark Templar, making life difficult for his opponents. Getting picked up very cost efficiently here by Stats. Stats just needs to get his army sorted out. Doesn't want to fight again in one of those really concave areas. So, I mean, if he has to concave himself, that's pretty nice. But, of course, it is still difficult with those siege tanks as well. Being in a prime position, the Liberator as well. I guess there's only one of them. Should be able to get that one sniped relatively easily. But so far, Dream has just not been taking any damage from these Disruptors. Alright, 1 Ghost. That's not too bad, right? Could be worse. Okay, 3 Marauders. It's getting worse. Please stop proving me wrong here, Dream. Dream just losing absolutely everything to Disruptors. Or is he? I don't even know anymore. Anyway, well, yep, there we go. Okay, well, guess I was right. Guess I was right. So, yeah. Dream trying it again. He's losing all of his SUVs at home as well. He has the DTs there. He has the Zealots. So, you know what? Dream making that still very, very close. Thought for a moment that if that's the overall chase back to the base there, if that managed to get a little bit more on top of the army, right? That would have looked completely different. Anyway, well played there by Stats indeed. Managing to stabilize a tricky situation, which looked like it could go either way. And making it look easy as well at the same time. Especially combining the DT harassment in the main base. Very cool to see. Still gotta rub some of the early morning out of my eyes now and again. Raketmanen, thank you for the follow, as well as TTS Gosado. Abusk X. Is that everybody? I don't know. I think Tato Bson Kun says Zealon, Sexy NPC, Kinkosi, Jokstel, Mark Really. Thank you all for the follows. Much appreciated. Hope you guys are having yourself a good time. Enjoying the StarCraft 2 content. Anybody else that wants to be, you know what, give it a shout out, let me know. I'll be here. I'll be here. Telling you about it. There's somebody. That's, alright, here we go. Sorry in advance. Lech May, 1997. Welcome as well. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're ready for this one, because we're going to be seeing another TVP series here. And, I mean, honestly, I feel like Dream would have won that game in many ways versus other Protoss players. Anyone else except for this man, because this man has just been on top of his game. It's pretty darn impressive. He's the blue Protoss. He's fighting for the Afrika Freaks. He's none other than Stats. On right side, the the red Terran player. He might be a little bit blue after that loss. I mean, he did lose 43 SCVs, guys. Let's keep that in mind, alright? He lost them not only in the attack of Stats towards his base, but also bringing his SCVs across the map. Didn't quite pan out for him. He almost broke the camel's back, but didn't really manage to do any damage at all. And I mean, if you lose near to 50 workers and still make the match look like that, that is pretty darn impressive. And who knows what else will happen here. I mean, if he doesn't lose 40 workers, right? Let's give it up. Put your hands together. Even though we're all at home. He's the Brave Star Gaming Red Terran player. He is a Dream. Two participants of the GSL round of 16 right here, representing their hopes and dreams. So good to hear a Dutch caster without an atrocious American accent. Thank you, sir. I have the very nice American accent. That's what's happening here. I've remedied my American accents. That's always nice to see. Alright, Phalanxed as well. Thank you for the follow. Don Diddy. Much appreciated. These guys downloaded each other. In what sense? I wasn't really paying too much attention just quite yet. Was it the probe just moving across the map here? Is that what you... It's rough to say. It's rough to say. So far, to me, it looks pretty standard. Both these players kind of doing some Railer stuff. Nathan... Alright. Thank you, Nathan. Nathan gone mad. Shouldn't go mad, Nathan. You know, a little bonkers is alright, but not fully mad. Never go full mad. Alright, shield batteries on the way as well. Looks like he's pretty secure already. Once again, we're seeing the Hellions coming out for Dream. Didn't quite work out the previous time, but of course, Stats did get himself a very good scout that time. And also, like, put it together very nicely as well. Saw the reactors, saw the factory, saw there wasn't anything else in the base, so he knew that there must be something, right? You were 15, alright. That's cool, my man. For the moment I wasn't certain if I should even mention anything about it, because I thought it could be somebody also kind of making an account in Atenia's name, because that's been happening, hasn't it? I don't know if you guys really picked up on that on the Twitter, but apparently there's a guy going around pretending to be Nathanius, and then he's just like doing all sorts of hacking on the on the servers. Winning games that way. Alright, anyway, this Oracle. Where's the response to this Oracle? Dream, you can't just not have any type of no response to an Oracle. This is because he went for the Hellions instead of Widowmines, and now he's paying the piper. He is having quite a... well, quite a rave at his home base. Apparently those SCVs take too many drugs as soon as they have those disco lights hit them. The Hellions here need to do quite a lot of damage. Unfortunately, they are... well, actually, this is a pretty nice location to unload, considering there's Phoenixes in the main base here. Alright, there we go. Oh, pulls away the boys. Let's see if that's going to cost him here in this sense. So far, 7 workers. 7 workers. This needs a couple more to really make this nice and even. Come on, one more shot. No, alright. Well, 7. That's pretty good, right? That's pretty darn nice. Puts it back to a nice and even 10 worker difference right here. I still think the SCV kills were a bit better though, of course. Not only because they were more, but also because they were earlier on. And that might not seem like a lot, but I mean, that is still quite a spike in the overall income graph that was established right there for a second, right? And the earlier on you get worker kills, the better it is. And those tiny differences sometimes can be quite a lot in these types of very, very close professional games. Now, as we saw previously, though, Dream definitely can still give a fight to his opponent, even if he does lose quite a couple of his workers here. Stats it. Wow, that's very aggressive. Looking for the pickups there on the Marines as well. Losing one of the Phoenixes, but killing the Viking as well, so keeping that safe. He's still making more Phoenixes as well, by the way, guys. That is not something you see every day. It might have to do with some sort of a... well, a reason because of the map as well, right? Golden Wall map that is very abusable with the space over here, especially if these minerals don't get cleaned up. Your green screen has green grass hills with lots of milk bottles filled with Dutch milk, right? Well, I mean, they're just out of screen. And also they get green screens out of there, so it's not quite seeable. But yeah, of course, of course. Alright, off we go onto Adventure Land here with the... is that even a word? Adventure? I don't think I'm saying that right. I think even the UK people say adventure, right? I'm pretty certain. Maybe I'm just deft in the ears sometimes when it comes to this type of stuff. Wow, those Phoenixes really doing quite a bit of work here. Just intercepting any type of reinforcements, all while making it incredibly difficult for those siege tanks to push out as well, of course. I mean, in one misstep and those siege tanks, those will get picked up. And at least one of them will be immediately gunned down before those Marines can get themselves back into position. It's just a tricky situation. Stats has been on 3 bases for quite a while now. The 3rd base for Dream almost about to be ready as well. And he is cleaning up the bottom side. Maybe he wants to push there. I think he may want to, because the base, of course, still being built on the top side here in the natural base. Looks like that may fly over to the gold base or may fly over to the top over here. But, alright, let's... a little bit of Korean mixed in between as well. Why the hell not? These guys would defeat anyone else who isn't a pro every time, but then against each other, they look terrible sometimes. Yeah. That's right. That's right. It's hard. Oh boy. Dream falling apart. Dream, this is so excruciating. Lol. I mean, I don't blame him. Okay, so he is going to go down here with the command center. I suppose that's smart. If you do push along one way, you might as well expand behind it to kind of secure that area. Does have this wall, of course, outfitted with a good amount of supply depots here. This is rough. This is just rough. I mean, killing off a couple of Marines, it might not seem like a big deal, but ultimately, if you just keep doing this throughout the entire match, this is going to stack up quite a bit, right? 14 extra as Marines. Look at that. Just more gone instantly, just like that. How many Marines is that? 16. That's more than half of what Dream has left right now. He would have had 50% more Marines available to him if that hadn't happened. And that's quite a big number. Those Phoenixes, they're still around. You only lost 2 of them, right? So that is that's going to be providing stats here with quite a big advantage. We're moving out right now with quite a absolutely terrifying amount of Proto stuff. 5 siege tanks though, will that be enough to hold the line here? Has some nicely placed, tucked away on that high ground, a couple of them. The Zealots might have a little bit of difficulty here. There's a reasonable amount of Vikings as well, but I mean, I'm expecting these Phoenixes as well to arrive if Stats does try to push in here. Lift ups on those siege tanks, very viable. But of course, first he needs to deal with the drop that is in his main base. Using the recall here, that's quite a big recall. It's just the Phoenixes. That's the smart way to recall. Just recall the quick units. Of course, I would have just panicked and sent all my Colossi back home. Alright, Dream. What is his ticket out of this predicament that he's found himself in? I mean, he's falling behind economically speaking. It really doesn't feel like Stats is giving him any opportunities here. He's got his number, man. He's just doing everything correct right now. He's containing him. He's making it impossible to push out with those Phoenixes because of the, the siege tanks that would just get lifted up. He's applying pressure as well continuously, forcing like a gazillion supply depots at the same time to be built. Picking up Marines, right? Getting a good amount of kills on those. 25 of them in total now being picked off that way. That's almost half of the total Marines that would have been available. Dream would have been max supply right now. Oh, man. And that's money he could have spent elsewhere as well, right? Instead of replenishing those Marines, he could have had more bases. And that would mean it would be easier for him to replenish his forces later on. He's making 2 command centers right now. He's got the on shockwaves almost about to finish up here. +2/+2 as well, but I mean, nothing really too massive, which would make me say that he has a clear advantage in any real departments here. Alright. Both these players posturing in the other sides of the map right now. Are there mods here? Is the Korean man saying something? Right, so this base might be in a little bit of trouble here on the top side, the natural base, of course. On the bottom side of the Golden Wall, we are having a weird standoff position here with Dream encroaching closer and closer to the bases of Stats. I'm not even sure if he's aware of those bases. Well, he knows about one of them. Alright, well, in we go. There's the fight right now. That's a good trade so far for our blue Protoss. I don't think he's really going to break his opponent, but I mean, 19 SCV kills right now in a moment like this. Definitely very nice. A great force field there as well, allowing him to get even more of the SCVs. Absolutely massive. And gets out of that with a large portion of his army as well. Look at that. Even the Archon, man, 6 HP remains. That's nasty. And now, as that army moved away, Stats realizes, you know what I could do? I could just push into the bottom side now, of course, as well. In really strong amount of the Stalkers here. At the same time, he's moving back in again with the rest of the army on the top side as well. Let's see if he manages to pick off any siege tanks. He forces the army of Dream to get back here. There's still 2 siege tanks on the top side, but that's pretty much it. There's nothing else here. And I think Dream left his base a little bit too exposed here. Now making the choice to spread out his army a little bit better, so he will be able to deal with both sides here, I would assume. And maybe this is a bit too greedy of a jump into this position here. Losing 2 Disruptors. Yes, he did win the fight on the top though, of course, still killing off so many of the SCVs, but Well, actually, you know what? The army supply is not even looking all that favorable for Dream either. The bank for stats definitely helping out here. We'll be able to take trades like this and be absolutely okay with it. Army supply is still in favor for him, still about like 50% above that, isn't it? Let's take a look. Army size. Well, I guess this doesn't show army value either, right? I would like a tab for army value as well. Is that a thing? Is that even a thing? I don't know. But yeah, 30 workers remain. That is despicable. Income advantage right here. Oh my god, look at that. That is quite something. Almost 3k extra resources coming in the pipeline there for stats. And I mean, is that still really a surprise with the amount of bases that he has right now? 6 bases versus pretty much 3. Couple of probes do get picked off here. Just like a bit of a desperation medevac right now, trying to achieve something here. Oh, missing the disruptor. That was kind of funny. Ooh, gets it anyway though. Easy peasy. Alright, here we go. In come the Zealots. The Zealot Enclave. There's a lot of EMPs that went off on them, but I mean, even if he loses all of these, I think he's gonna feel okay about it. He's gonna be like, oh, okay, it happens. Yeah, I don't care. I got the base. That's fine. Oh, naughty, naughty little stats. Oh, you know what? The SCV repair actually really helping out here. I think he could have blonked into the missile turret, but instead trying to go for the planetary fortress here. Not quite working out. It is delaying more mining though, and it is buying the opportunity for these stuff. Well, I mean, yeah, GG. GG. And stats showing once again why he is such a massive, absolute final boss in this game right here. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Stats gets himself into the finals as well, if he does manage to get into the playoffs, of course. But I wouldn't be surprised if he gets into the playoffs and then gets himself into the finals. And, I mean, innovation though. Innovation versus Stats, this could be a darn good one. Innovation's PvT matchup. Mwah, masterclass. Absolutely fantastic. And then, of course, we're going to be having a... well, is it the best Protoss right now? Is that fair to say? Is it fair to say that Stats is the best Protoss? I think it very well might be. I think it very well might be. Slandering a player. Is there actually slander? It's sometimes hard for us to say because not a lot of us speak Korean, so that's the problem here. It's hard for us to make a judgment call with those types of things sometimes. We do have some Korean members as well that hang around. But yeah, what happened to that sexy suit? It's in the washer, right? It's in the washing bin. Right, anyway. I got a nice sweater though, you know. Looking smooth. Silky smooth. Feels nice. Relaxed. It's early morning as well, right? Don't always feel like going completely all out. Anyway. Let me see, actually. Let me quickly do a bit of a shout out here. Let's get that stuff sorted out as well. Pang, there he is. Who should we give it to? You know what? Let's do a Manscaped one, shall we? Shall we just talk about Manscaped here for a moment? Because you know what? I know that we're all, you know, very proud nerds and all of that. Wow, I'm being Thanos over here. It looks like. All right, I'm back. Anyway, I know we're all proud nerds. And I know that's a big deal for most of us here, but of course Manscaped is one of our sponsors, and they are helping us out. They are state-of-the-art line grooming products, which features skin-safe technology, practically eliminates nicks or scratches, and has new, easily replaceable blades to ensure you're always getting the perfect shaves. Now, Manscaped has other equally as innovative grooming products for men, like their anti-shaving deodorant, body wash, and signature cologne, so that you are always feeling clean, neat, and smelling great. Make sure to click on Manscaped's sponsor quest in the Matcherino page and use the code Matcherino at their checkout to ensure you get yourself that 20% off of any purchase. That is code Matcherino. We all know Matcherino, right? And get 20% off at any purchase there at checkout. Go check them out. Go check them out. I mean, it's pretty darn cool to have Manscaped sponsoring StarCraft 2 here. I'm very excited about it. And that's just awesome, you know? That's just awesome. Breaking the stereotypes here. Another thing, you know what? I already kind of briefly mentioned on it. It's the Matcherinos. The Matcherino guys, I mean, if you haven't already, there is the Matcherino code over here that you can fill out very easily, AX500DJ. And that's going to add 50 cents to the prize pool overall as soon as you press that contribute button. And we can add quite a bit of money to it just by doing this, right? If we all do this, just a small amount of effort to get yourself some extra sponsoring of the StarCraft 2 scene would be greatly appreciated, and would give these players a bit more buck for their bang. Now, also, another little thing, if you are from the NA region, there's a survey you could do over here, and the survey, that is $2 extra, $2 entire dollars added to this prize pool. So, if you do live in the NA region, please help us out with the surveys. That would be also very much appreciated and help us out quite a bit here, allowing us to have a nice prize pool for these players and give them a proper thanks for all these great matches that they're giving us. Alright, now it sounds like the game is starting up, so let's, without any further ado, move into this one and have a quick sip of the waters. I mean the milk. I mean the G Fuel. I mean, I put it all together in one bottle to have the best of all. Anyway, in the bottom left side we have ourselves a red Terran player fighting for Kaisi Gaming. It's none other than Innovation. It's the milk. We all know it is. I like to experiment with my milk, alright? G fuels and a little bit of water in there as well. Maybe some green screen. Who knows? Who knows? We have it all going for us now anyway, right? Might as well. Top right side, there he is. There's the blue Protoss fighting for the Afrika Freaks. Is he the greatest Protoss alive right now? Well, in my opinion, you already know my opinion. Anyway, he is stats. It's not defiling milk, it is adding milk to other stuff that are inferior to milk just to improve upon them. You see? You think you joined the tournament on mistake. Alright. That's funny. Oh, right. I mean, so far, Innovation, of course, famous for doing the two-base timing attacks versus the Protoss. Pretty much like his kind of counterparts, right? Cure, also very famous for his two-base timings. And it's just mostly because of their macro. I mean, it's like tiny things. It doesn't seem like much, but believe you me, for their win rate, it is absolutely massive. The perfect executions in these early games and the overall cleanness of their builds definitely help out an enormous amount to get themselves all those victories against these Protoss players. Now, as I mentioned before, Stats, a very smart player, incredibly smart. We saw some already genius maneuvers already from him earlier on in the series versus Dream, but I think it is fair to say that yes, Dream is a magnificent player, but Innovation in particular in the TVP matchup, just a whole different beast. An entire different, you know what, thing to have to deal with here. Did anyone lose sound? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. Nice picking off on those Marines, actually. Jeez, already having 2 of them. Stats not letting the grass grow over this. We'll be able to do alright with that as well. Just a single Stalker. The one scouting Hellion coming across as well, because we did not see the... Wait, did we see the Reaper here? I think this was the SCV scout, right? Yeah. So, coming in with the Hellion instead. We didn't have a Reaper, right? I'm not... Okay, I'm not hallucinating. Yeah. Sometimes you see this, but it does become more difficult for the Hellion to get in there, of course, now. So you cannot jump up and down cliffs. That would be a little bit OP. Would be fun as well, but apparently Blizzard decided against it for some reason. Anyway. What's in there? What's... well, it's Liberator. Liberator pressure here. Very likely that that is going to be coming in at the same time as some sort of a siege tank marine push. On this side of the map, I feel like. There's the safety bunker. Oh, Hellion does manage to get... Well, I mean... a little bit of a scout, right? Minimal scouting here. Being able to see some stuff. Not quite everything. Man, he flew... in a very straight line here. Making a massive line there. It's very clean. It pleases the eye. Right, anyway. 4 Stalkers now being dropped in again here. I'm loving these timings from stats as well, right? He's once again being a little bit more aggressive. And using this around the time when you would see the Terran usually move out. And once again, he finds himself in a great position just outside of the range of those siege tanks. Getting a couple of SCVs, forcing Innovation to deal with this. As he kind of is in a position where he's like, you know what, I should consider sending my units out of base pretty darn soon here. You know, has a 85 win percentage versus TOS in GSL, right? I think it's around that ballpark. Yeah, around the 80% ballpark. It may have changed recently, but you know, it's hard to keep track of all the win rates, but it is pretty darn insane. Now, to be fair, that is not against stats, of course. He doesn't have an 85 win percentage versus stats. I would be highly doubtful of that. He's still incredibly good in a matchup. But, I mean, doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be great against stats as well. A couple of probes did fall there. Let's see, that's, I think, the Liberator there that did commit to an attack. Sorry about missing that one. It did get taken out as well. Stalkers here, it looks like they, this one may have taken 2 shots over there as well. Did finish him off. 2 kills on that bad boy. What does it mean to join a tourney? I don't think it will do too much for you. Don't think you're going to be joining. You're not going to be participating in the fights overall. You won't be winning any money, unfortunately, but that would be an easy way, wouldn't it? It's not the case. Not the case. It's just going to make our administrative jobs harder to do. So, would appreciate it if it didn't happen. Alright. In comes the attack once again here for Innovation. The famous timings. Extended Thermal Lance is ready, but I mean, there's only 2 Colossi out here versus the... That's 5 siege tanks there with 3 Vikings as well. That is a very strong army here. The overall engagement angle, though, for Innovation is a bit awkward. These Colossi making a lot of damage happen in that choke points, but I mean, it just doesn't matter. Innovation has too much here, and looks like he will be able to clean his third base up relatively easily. And GG. Kind of interested, actually. Let me see, just to make sure. Yeah, he was just off of the 3 barracks here as well. He was making a command center behind this as well. So, I mean, that's not even all in. That's just the magic of innovation. Continuously having those incredibly clean builds. Having all those very clean engagements as well. And absolutely nuts. Not having the third, yeah, shield batteries at the third. That's actually a good point. Double Choi. I think that would have definitely helped out. I'm not sure if it would have won him the game because that was still a very scary army. Maybe innovation would have just taken it a little bit less aggressively, right? Just poke more with the Vikings for a little while and drain those shield batteries, but that's rough. That's rough. A rough one to deal with, honestly. Stats, I really liked what he was kind of putting down, what he was bringing into the game overall, right? With the War Prism stuff, the Blink Stalkers. Maybe that was one of the things, right? When the push really came across the map, innovation was pretty much already in a position with the siege tanks as soon as the Stalkers kind of figured out where they needed to be. And they never really forced any kind of siege tank sieges before they actually got to that location. Just kind of delaying the overall push like that can allow you to get like maybe 1, maybe 2 even extra war pins, and that can make or break fights quite heavily. No War Prism either, of course. That another thing that doesn't quite help out in that situation. You are able to apply a little bit of extra micro overall and avoid some of those either Marauder shots or Viking shots that way. And yeah, let's go into game number 2. Innovation once again kind of proving that he is the king of the TVP matchup, no matter who he plays against. I'm a bit frightful after seeing that fight just being that decisive, but I mean, yeah, I think it does come down to a couple of those tiny things, right? No shield batteries at the third. The Stalkers not being able to delay the push whatsoever. Not being able to intercept any units. And we'll have to wait and see if Stats is going to have a little bit of a better time here in game number 2. In the bottom left side, we have ourselves the Red Terran. 1 point on the board. 1 point left to score to get himself the first victory here of... well, being the first person to move on through into the playoffs for today. And he's in the red colors, Kaiser Gaming's Innovation. Top right side, the blue Protoss fighting for the Freaka Freaks. Almost said Alpha X there. Man, I'm obsessed with this team. Anyway, they are the statistics. You know, it's just stats, actually. It's just one stats in particular. Anyway, is that Grim? Is that D Grim? Is that the Cannon Rusher? Grim? What a man, what a man. Anyway, if not, anyway, welcome anyhow. Anywho. Thank you for the follow. Turlag as well. NA Zodiac, Big Mace, Marauder. I think that is... Alright, that's a tricky name to read. A771CUS. Let's just say it like that. Acetas C2. Thank you all for the follows. Much appreciated. What's the caster saying? The caster's crazy. I'm crazy. I'm a little bit bonkers. Ah, it's fine, planets. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Alright. Okay. Calm before the storm. It's a little bit of an unease in the air. So we're going to have to wait and see if Stats is going to be able to bring something together here to actually hold back Innovation's timing attacks. I think as long as he gets himself into that later game, You should be able to kind of solidify some sort of an advantage. Innovation famous for not really enjoying the late game TVP, which is funny because he still has that 80% win rate. And he's like, you know what, if this goes late, I'm not that great. So people know he likes to be aggressive. People know he likes to get, well, damage done in the mid-game, kind of usually with those pushes, and yet it still works continuously, time and time again. People try to imitate it, doesn't work as well. People try to do the same type of pushes, completely copy and paste the builds, and yet doesn't work out. And you know what? Actually, he will lose all these Marines here. That's a pretty big deal. Losing the Reaper too. Innovation getting a little bit cold with his pants down. No safety bunker here. That's gonna cost him. There's 6 Marines gone just like that. There's a Reaper too. And now, you know what? Getting one of those mules denied mining for quite a while here. Might be able to get picked off later on as well. Anyway, that Stalker could kill off more Marines as well still. That's another one. One more. Just one more. Come on, buddy. You can do it. There's 2 Marines again on the way, but I think that's going to be the end of it. But, I mean, that's... Oh, no way, actually. Only a single Marine coming out. That's the Cyclone. That's the Cyclone. That should be able to pick it off. Finally shutting this down. It's 8 Marines, though. 8 Marines being killed. That is very nice. Great start for the Protoss player here. And that's, you know what, Innovation trying to scrape a couple too many corners here. Trying to get himself an advantage that he maybe didn't necessarily need by just not going for the safety bunker. Alright. Esports is going to do this because it builds the battery in the main to fend off. I mean, to be fair, Innovation could have just built a bunker in his natural and fended it off quite easily as well. Nothing would have happened if Innovation had that safety bunker. He has it now, but a lot of Terrans just do that safety bunker, and look at this, there's no firepower now whatsoever available. There is, okay, well, a couple of units now coming in. That bunker, only a single unit in there. There was no repair whatsoever. Stats really cleaning Innovation's clock right now, and I think he may very well just be able to take it right here at this moment in time, tie up the series with a timing attack. It's a little bit reminiscent of overall timing attacks of Innovation, being able to clean house, but this time around, it's completely turned around. And Innovation's going to have to be kicking himself for skipping that safety bunker. Would have just, would have been absolutely A-okay. 20 workers falling here. There we go, blink into the main. Target down those Marauders. Nice targeting indeed. We'll be able to allow those Stokes a bit more of an easy time to clean up the Marines afterwards. Zealots as well. Jump on top of the medevac. I mean, if this not is a GG, I don't know what will be. Killing off another one of the medevacs here. 31 workers. Innovation down to 15 SCVs now. Alright, I was about to call it. Very well played, very well played. So double choice, I mean, shield batteries also cost money. You know this, right? Okay, I mean, it's okay for the Protoss to invest more money, but then it's not okay for the Terran to invest 100 minerals in a bunker to avoid losing all their Marines at the start. I don't know. Seems a bit weird to me. But anyway, Innovation losing that one. I don't think he's too salty about that, honestly. I'm pretty sure he's feeling alright about the overall thing. I'm pretty, like, that all came down to him trying to take one edge that he didn't really need to. take a small advantage in the overall build timings and stuff like that by skipping the bunker. And honestly, I mean, he doesn't need to. He's bloody innovation, you know? Having that bunker there just kind of ensures that he's going to be able to do his push. And that's going to be able to, you know what, most likely get him the victory anyway. Alright, here we go. Game number 3 between these bad boys. Let's see what they will be able to get done in this situation right here. Tied up. Getting close now. Have to wait and see. In the top right side, we have ourselves a red Terran player fighting for Kaisi Gaming. He's none other than Innovation. Bottom left side, blue Protoss right here. You know him from the Afrika Freaks. He is Stats. I guess more about EU Protoss. Wait, what? Last night chat was all about how Protoss has no chance because NA and EU Protoss dropped from DreamHack. Or I guess more about EU Protoss. Australia won in NA, didn't he? I wasn't able to see it, unfortunately. Australia won with his brick brain. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Australia, you know, he's been practicing really hard in Korea and he has been continuously improving. His PVC, yeah, especially his PVC, that is just top notch right there. Something that's a joy to behold. The first time I saw it, I was like, well, this isn't meta. What is happening here? What's he thinking? And then it just started to work and I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Too bad it got dropped from the GSL. Yeah, that's a bummer indeed, but... yeah, I'm pretty sure Australia's back in NA because the team house the team house in Korea, it had to be shut down for hopefully a little bit, right? I hope they'll be back at some point, but because of the corona stuff, I believe their visas didn't get how is it said? Prolonged, extended. They didn't get extended visas because of this, and they're not allowing anyone into the country right now. They're trying to be safe, especially from certain regions like, you know what, America and Canada, because that's not really going all that great over there with the virus. And that's why, you know, it's a real bummer, honestly. That stuff like that is now influencing, you know what, stuff like that. People that have been living in Korea for such a long time, just doing their thing, doing their stuff. Anyway. That's my little spiel. Oh my god! How did he know? 600 IQ. Alright, also going for a Stargate over here in the top middle of the map. Looking for some more early damage. This time around, oh, look at what it is. Innovation, making himself a bunker. Well, I guess that means he's not going to die to a single Adept and a Stalker this time around. That's still denying some mining here. 600 only. Maybe some more. We'll give him some more. Sure. A little bit of luck as well, of course, with those types of things. Hoping that your opponent will go that way. Although, you know what, if he did just right-click it back to his own base, that's pretty much what would have happened. Very likely that he goes to the watchtower as well. I mean, Stats says that he doesn't usually think that much during the game, but I mean, seeing him play, I highly doubt that. Unless if he's specifically been trying to improve that certain aspect. That would be nice. Alright, so do we have a Cyclone here? No, we have 5 Marines. That's not really a great answer here. Okay, we have 7 now. It's going to be a rough one for Innovation. I think he might lose quite a couple of the SCVs. Not the greatest Oracle micro just quite yet, but getting 3 SCVs right there. He's going to be able to fly over here now as well, as the bunker got fully emptied out. And kill off 2 more SCVs. No, just one. Just one. Ran out of energy there. So, you know what? 4 SCVs in total. It's pretty nice. Looking at the worker difference right now, I mean, it kind of makes you scratch your head and wonder how in the world did this happen. With only 4 worker kills, 29 versus 44. Now we are in a situation with, once again, phoenixes on the map. And we've seen the stats making use of those phoenixes very nicely in the previous series, of course. This is Dream. Good morning. Thanks for casting nice. Thank you, Dragon Soul. It is a good morning, isn't it? I mean, when you have stats versus innovation. Oh, my dear lord. What do you mean casting nice? Are you referring to some other time when I casted nice in the past? I mean, nice is a great Protoss too. Salty Ulti, thank you for the follow. I'm in USA. Where is Alpha X's time zone? This is nice to watch the fun cast. Right now, I'm in the Netherlands. Oh boy! Oh boy! No! Don't do that! Don't do that, stats. That's not how you win a video game. Jeez Louise. That's rough. I think that was really smart from Innovation as well, though. I mean, he moved here on purpose. He sent 1 Marine over this way, and I think that was all planned out. Like, he just... Oh my god, oh my god, my mind is just exploding with excitement for that move right there. Just kind of looking at how that worked out, right? Just putting his units over here, that's all he did. He wasn't moving out. It wasn't like some fortunate timing. He was actually considering, alright, the flying units there around this area right there. That's where I saw them last. If I now apply a little bit of pressure over here, I might be able to set up a trap on this side. Innovation. My dear lord. That is freaking brilliant. Alright, now, I mean, he is moving across the map here again with a absolutely terrifying army. Having cleaned up most of the air force right there as well, definitely helps him out quite a bit here. There's only 2 phoenixes in total. That's 1 colossus actually only as well. Okay, trying to force these siege tanks to siege up here, buying a little bit of time. Very, very important. We said that was missing in one of these previous ones. And I'm hoping that will not be having that cost him the game here once more. And that's exactly what he's doing. Look at this. Just buying so much time right now. Forcing another siege up with those siege tanks. Just sit back as minimal range as possible. And now Innovation's going to have to spend so much time trying to just slowly inch these tanks forwards. Turtle push his way across this... this place until he really starts applying the pressure on top of the Nexus right here. And look at how minimal Stats is moving backwards. Really trying to get the utmost value as much time as possible. And now he has like, I think this is like 3 extra war pins of Zealots that he's almost got. That's nuts. He needs to go, if he does go in, he needs to go in with his Zealots though. Okay, just a little bit of a poke. Very well done there. Stats is a absolute beast as well. There we go, another warping of Zealots. This is growing and growing in size. Of course, the attack of innovation as well. It's now up to 6 siege tanks right here. Trying to squeeze out another one of the Immortals. He does have the siege tanks in a good position now, so time is starting to tick. Denying mining here, but from some of these mineral patches, and the... I mean, that Nexus is getting low. He's trying to remedy the situation with the shield battery and the overcharge, but I think this might go down here if Stats is not careful. I think he's just going to sacrifice the Nexus. Well, that is a... I mean, that it might very well be the right call here. Trying to get some more area. He is remaking that base on the top side, and he is still committing to this fight. I'm not quite sure if I like this as much. It felt like he was just delaying it even further, but you know what? It very well might go in his favor here. Huh. Alright, well, look, seeing how close that fight got, I don't think he would have been able to win that fight with the third base, still making it very difficult for a lot of his Stalkers and Zealots to come in at the same time. I think that may have gone into Innovation's favor there. So, but at the same time, did he still have to take that fight at that moment, right? Losing so much of his stuff, while also having that third base mining delayed by that much. It's a rough one. It is a rough call. He will be moving across the map here, trying to do a little bit of counter-aggression. Seeing what is available here for Innovation. Already set, yeah, pretty much set up shop with those siege tanks right there to defend both locations. DTs coming into the natural and the main base, though, unscouted so far. There's no scans available. Innovation always on top of that macro. Kind of backfiring now. Doesn't have any scans available at the same time, as this army needs to start dealing with the DTs. Okay, there's one scan available right now. It's going to be a moment before he has another one. 38, 41 energy on this one over here. Losing a lot of these SCVs. The DT in the main base as well still available. He's going to need 2 scans to clean this up here. Or one of those missile turrets to finish up as well. That could work out. That's the other scan. Still 1 DT remains. How far are we? Alright, no, we have another scan available. Did just become available, so we'll clean this up. But lost 20 workers there. My dear lord. Stats somehow, some way, finding a way to bring this back to an equal spot here. And getting that economic advantage away from the red line there. And I think that's going to equalize out quite a little bit. He actually made a 4th base behind us as well. Stats being a little greedy boy, but it's working out for him. And as long as he doesn't die to a next oncoming push, which might happen pretty soon here. Because Innovation did take that damage, might cause him to consider going in for an attack a little bit more quickly now than he would have otherwise. That's so many Zealots. That is so many Zealots being warped in continuously. How many gateways do we have? 8 of them. Alright. Alright, I think Stats may have done it, guys. I think Stats may have cracked the Innovation code here. And find himself a pretty darn good position right now. The income advantage in his favor. He's got the army now to, you know what, hold off this attack as well. He's in a good position to hold off that attack, or at least delay it, make a lot more of those wallpins at home. Reinforce his army up to full strength. Innovation, he doesn't know about this base either, right? So he was completely unaware that this base was being constructed right here. He may just be under the impression that it is 3 base versus 3 base right now. And he doesn't know that time is ticking down, of course. He might try to push out again, though, with the +2/+2. That could be a good opportunity for him. But, I mean, Stats as well, already having +2 armor, getting +2 attack right now as well, even before Innovation's +2/+2 finishes up here. And, well, if anyone will be able to still turn this around for the Terran race, I mean, it's going to be Innovation, of course. In particular, versus somebody like Stats. That's, you're gonna have to take that into the equation here. If he was playing against a weaker Protoss right now, he would have such an easier time, I'd say. But versus Stats, that is just almost like a near-death sentence right now. Alright. So, yeah. The 3 base, of course, very strong defensive capabilities, as Vera Coach says in chat. Siege tanks very easily put in the middle right here and be able to defend both entrances. But yeah, Stats is not going for that, right? He is allowing Innovation to bulk up on that 3 base. He's getting himself all the attack that he needs. He's getting disruptors. He is already prepped with run-bys as well. Waits for Innovation to make the move out and immediately comes in here, delaying this attack even further. And I mean, he's going to have a round number 2 as well with those 3 Dark Templars as well. He targeted down the missile turret there, so those Dark Templars are more efficient right now. Very smart play there for Stats once again. Although this army for Innovation, I think he is aware that this is coming, right? Is he just going to go straight for the base trade here? He very well might. Oh, Innovation. Innovation doesn't have the guts to push on through. I don't blame him. He doesn't have as many bases as Stats right here, so a base trade probably wouldn't go into his favor. As well as, of course, the recall, always a possibility. So as soon as Stats takes out this base and Innovation takes out this one, Stats could just recall, right? And be in a good position to hold the attack from taking on the 4th base. And that's just going to be 4 base versus, well, 2. He still doesn't know about this base either, though, so he might still be under the impression that it's 3 versus 4 base. Quite a sad event here. Okay, enough forces now to deal with this stuff. Unfortunately for him, not that much in the natural base, nor are the supply depots providing a wall here. That would be nice, actually, having a wall on that location. Innovation, alright, he's deciding to pull the trigger this time around. He is moving across the map here. Stats, though, again, in a great position to provide a counter-aggression on the other side and initiate the base trade. And once more, Innovation's like, oh no, I'm gonna have to go back again. I can't do this. And, I mean, he's just being demolished right now. He's being torn apart. This is a pulled chicken in a half. There's nothing else to say about it. Disruptor shots making the connections as well. Innovation just not finding a single break anymore after those DTs really did the damage. And Stats managed to secure 2 more extra bases right here. And still, Innovation completely in the dark about this one. He has no idea that base has been just sitting there. He remade this base about at the same time when he thought he was going to lose this one, right? So Stats hasn't really been not mining off of a 3 base economy either. Oh, that siege, well, the missile turret just in the nick of time finishing up, but it doesn't look like it matters. Is that 5 DTs killing 5 siege tanks right there? Is that actually what happens? Oh my dear lord. Alright, well, once again, the army of Stats here comes in. Innovation was just about to leave his base once more. This Observer, MVP of this game right now, I'd say. Innovation must know that there is something looking at him from some angle. He will be able to somewhat clean his army up. And the problem, though, is that, I mean, look at Stats' bank. Look at it. This is ridiculous. No chance in hell anymore here for Innovation. Completely caught off guard. Disruptors coming in from the flank as well. Let's see how this unfolds. Right here. Zealots on top of this army. I don't even think he needs the Disruptors right now. Disruptors kind of helping. Killing of Zealots here, actually. The Colossus actually not helping out in that situation. DTs will, though. The Disruptors are gone. Innovation still making something happen, but now seeing this base here, that is gonna have to be quite something. A question mark. It's like, wait, what? Wait, what? That was there this entire time? Oh, well, screw it. And GG's. GG's out of there. Innovation takes the loss like a man. Stats, what an absolute beast. Goes out in first place in this group. That got really close, though. Wasn't completely certain that that was going to be the case anymore, but yeah, very, very well done there by Stats. Guys, I'm going to quickly head to the toilet as we're waiting for the next one to start. Don't go anywhere. We're going into the next match, of course, with Armani versus Dream. Oh my god, I almost forgot about them after Stats and Innovation. Right. I think it was close. Honestly, I do think it was close. Those DTs coming in, they were absolutely essential. If they didn't get that many kills, if there were scans available, if Innovation saw those coming in, that would have been a different game. That would have been an entirely different game. But Stats gaining that advantage right then and there. When he was at a disadvantage, losing that 3rd base, still brought it back. Still brought it back. Very well played. Anyway, be right back, guys. I gotta go. Otherwise, I'm gonna miss the next game. Alright. Reset up the lamps. There we go. Looking good. Up. There it is. Oh, green screen. Almost dropped that. Almost dropped the ball on that one. Green screen. Dematerialize. I'm here. Don't do this to me. Green screen. Stop it. Stop it. You're being really naughty here, Mr. Green Screen. Oh, I just made it worse. Just made it worse. Also, I'm dematerializing now. How is that possible? How can it? Green screen. How can it be at the same time? You know what? That shirt looks pretty green, but at the same time, you know what? It doesn't look green enough to me. The green screen doesn't look green enough, and at the same time, it's like, you know what? That shirt's not green. It's pretty green, actually. Bring out the suit. Can't bring out the suit, my man, every day. That would be... It would get dirty after a while. And with a sponsor like Manscaped, I can't afford to be dirty on stream. Alright, here we go. Here we go. It's like I'm looking at it. Looking at what? The game over there? Hello. Oh, that's a nice lobby. Oh, the loading screen now. Look at that. Look at that. It's funny. You know, I know this loading screen, actually. Kind of looks familiar, this map. Interesting. Alright, anyway, I think this one might be a little bit of a better TVZ series than we started the day off with. Even though that one already was pretty darn impressive. Armani versus Innovation. I don't know if you guys need a remembrance on that one or a little bit of a reminder. We had a really cool game between Armani and Innovation. The first one in particular, which was the mech versus the late game of Armani as well. And that one went back and forth. I really thought that was going to go into overall Innovation's favor. Then, well, at the start it looked like Armani was just in a great spot, right? Then Innovation, then suddenly Armani again, and Innovation bringing it back, all to come to the final conclusion of Innovation still being able to take it. No, wait, actually Armani took that one. My bad. But it was with a really scrappy army and almost no units remaining anymore. Which is always the most fun fights to see, of course. Anyway, in the bottom left side, there he is, the red Zerg. Let's hope that he will be able to bring us some more lovely ZVT action right here. He is a freak of freaks, Armani. We could have had a team kill, actually. I just realized. We could have had Stats versus Armani. That would have been unfortunate. Anyway, in the bottom right side, there's the Brave Star Gaming Blue Terran player right here. He is none other than Dream. Very strong man right there. Brave Star Gaming logo. Of course, the 4-animal-headed animal. Inno versus Stats. So yeah, Stats won that one. It was quite a series, honestly. That was a tightrope. They had to walk right there. I was thoroughly impressed with the way Stats handled those situations. Honestly, I mean, think about the overall decision to be like, you know what? I'm gonna lose this Nexus, so I have a better space to engage this army. And that's gonna give me a better opportunity to take this game later on. Like, when does that happen? How do you... Oh my god, that's unfortunate. Oof. Dirty play. It's like, that's a dirty play. How dare you do dirty play me? Going for the double Marine opening instead of the Reaper here. Could very well be a battlecruiser opening here for Dream as well. We've seen that from the other stuff. Talking about starting over. I don't know what they're doing. Do you think it's a good idea to play Overload Death? What's that? What's an Overload Death? Is that a Korean game? Is that just a saying they have? I know Inu's English isn't the best. Like some words he still struggles with, so that's a good idea. Interesting. He's also just giving us the translation of Armani here, isn't he? He's just like not doing half of the the conversation. Oh, nice block there with the links. Does keep those inside of there. Oh, there we go. It was used in GSL. Oh, Dream. Dream just kind of, you know what? Propping his GSL wings right there. Well, if you were doing more things with the GSL, like me, you would know. Man, when I was playing the Terran race, I'd love to get myself some Marines out to be able to get the things, the Overlords from mid-sky. I mean, if I got 2 of them, oh, that was just the greatest. That's just fantastic. That's all you needed, honestly. Viking here being a little bit pesky too. Looks like he already got 1 kill as well. So 2 Overlords, just like that. Down the drain, 200 minerals, Armani. What are you gonna do? It's like almost, well, almost a hatchery right now. This creep spread's going alright though. Considering how much effort Dream is putting into denying the creep spread here. Okay, he was waiting for that one though, but oh, maybe one of them more. No, okay, well, yeah, that also gets picked off. Spreading to the bottom though instead. Has those 2 queens to replenish them relatively easily. He's making a spire here. Oh. Getting a good amount of drone kills here as well, actually. 5 of them. I'd say that's pretty worth, right? For the 3 Hellions there. It's a pretty nice one. He's gonna go for the gold base as well, it looks like. Now, this might be a little bit abusable with the Mutalisk, though. Might be difficult to defend this. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Already putting down a missile turret, that's always nice. In come the Mutalisk, but at the same time, the Marine push might keep these Mutalisk pinned on the other side of the map. As we don't have that much else, right? We have the 5 Zerglings. We have 3 Banelings in production, but that's about it. Okay, well, you know what? The Mutalisk turning it around, forcing those Marines back this time around. Very nicely done. Coming in to flank the reinforcing line. And doing a good job there. Giving himself +1 weapons for the Mutalisk as well. But Dream starting to get his stuff together as well. Ooh, it was a little bit... was a little bit of a cheapskate on the repair there. Only having 1 SCV doing the repairs. Allowing Armani to come back in again. But did lose 1 or 2 Mutalisk there as well for the price. Did he see the medevac? I think he knows that Marine count did drop quite significantly. So might be aware that there is a drop coming in. Sending a couple of links here to scout as well. Doing a good job so far. Protecting his golden base. As Armani is... You know what? Relentless on the overall Mutalisk harassment right now. Did you see this medevac over here? I'm not completely certain. I don't think he did, looking at the movements of the Mutalisk. Oh, losing... Oh, no, not losing that one. Well played indeed. Now, this drop here in the top is coming in. It's going to be rocking the boat of this, well, base that is newly being established. Macro hatchery as well being thrown down. The gold base still not being taken by Armani. Of course, you know what, if both these players take the gold base, that's just going to be such an incredibly short push distance here for Dream. And at the same time, I sometimes feel like it might be easier for the Zerg to do that in the early game instead of allowing that to go into the late game. Unless if you're planning to kill off your opponents in the earlier game or the mid game. and maybe that's something entirely different. Nice kill on that SCV, building the new base. Kind of forcing all these units as well from Dream to move backwards here. Not completely sure if that was necessary, but probably just didn't want to have his units that close to creep and banelings and stuff like that. All while he is having to micro back at home. The medevac on the top side still alive as well. Doing swell, getting himself more value that way. Mutalisk couldn't intercept it. Gold base, you know what, his fourth base, once again the SCV gets picked off, so quite a significant delay right now. The banelings trying to come in at the same time, not being able to do so. That's a good amount of Zerglings right there. Those medevacs are not going to be able to get much done here. There is still this drop on the top side as well. I think as soon as he sees the Mutalisk on the bottom side, he might try to push in on that side. Or it just does everything at the same time, right? Just push all the buttons. Make your opponent go crazy at that moment in time. Killing off the drones that were just freshly transferred over. Killing off a lot of creep here in the middle as well. The banelings though. Getting reasonable connections. The two drops on the bottom side still doing okay. The Mutalisk are quite plentiful right now. But of course you want to be careful against the Marines. You might... Alright, well, trades out pretty well there. I think he lost one Mutalisk extra. Yeah, just one extra Mutalisk. Very well done there. Good cleanup, realizing that he was able to take that trade and take that fight without any significant losses. Maybe actually as well, Dream not targeting the Mutalisk individually there. Of course, you're going to get a lot more value that way with the quick regeneration of those Mutalisk. Always making the trading in that sense a little bit more difficult for your opponents. +3 attack already on the way here for Dream. I don't see the armor. Okay, there's the armor. Thought for a moment that he may have forgotten about that one. That would have been bad. That would have been bad. And guys, remember, I mean, the winner of this match still needs to go up against Innovation as well. I mean, it's going to be rough. That's going to be quite rough. Well, taking more fights with Marines here. The Widowmines, though, definitely forcing these Mutalisk backwards. Another base for Armani. Going up to the Hive Tech. More barracks as well. I think he's going to throw tech labs on those bad boys. We'll set him up for the late game here. Either go Ghost or more Marauder heavy, of course, depending on what's necessary. Almost killing those Overseers. So another attack on the top side as well. I think this is the priority for Armani right now. He pulled the entire army away. The Widowmine is pretty darn massive, but it's just barely not massive enough. How many kills? How many kills? 7. Alright, yeah. I mean, that's pretty good, right? That's some good value, but not the massive value that you need to save a planetary from something like that. Oh, +3 denied. It's unfortunately not the weapon upgrade. It is the armor upgrade. He might come back around again, though. Let's see how much he's willing to commit for that second engineering bay. Doesn't look like he really is. Does want to play it a little bit more safe. The siege tank's not in position here now at this moment in time, so the banelings come rolling in here. Killing off a lot of SCVs, and Armani is just slowly whittling away the forces of Dream over time. Although, you know what, Dream's army... Oh my god, Armani! Oh, that's painful. Oh, that is so painful. How often is this stream up and running? We try to do as many big events as possible. Usually we only do the big events anyway, but anyway... guys, I mean, I think Dream may have done it. Yes, he's taking a lot of economic damage, but I mean, his army, 140 supply strong right now, a good composition as well. Still has the +3 weapons upgrade, which does outperform the just +2/+2 of his opponent right here. You know, it's almost with 50% less overall supply here anyway, regardless. Okay, trying to set off some Widow Mines here. That's important to do. Sending those Overlords in as well is a way to get rid of the Widow Mines here. In come the Banelings. Is it going to be enough here? That's a whole boatload of Banelings, but it really isn't. And GG is called. Dream takes the series here, even with the battering that occurred with his bases there. Very, very well done, honestly, by Dream. Taking the first one in the series. And alright, let me before, well, as we're starting this next one, just quickly, there we go. Show you guys a little video here.
My name is Rushy, and
oh wait, hold up, Rushy, we're not there yet.
My name is Rushy, and this is a 1-minute tutorial on how to create your own Matcherino quests for your online events. Let's get started. Go to Matcherino.com and click the sign-in button in the top right. You'll need to link an account to begin. I use my Twitch account because it's the most convenient for me, but you can choose which one works best for you. Once you log in, click your username in the top right and select Profile. Along the left side will be a place to select Sponsor Quests, and you've arrived. Click the Add button and give this quest a clear title and a sleek image. Your quest can be attached to all games, but one option to better reach your audience is to limit your quest to games that fit your specific community. You can also target specific audiences by whitelisting specific countries, or by blacklisting specific countries so they can't see your quests. You can also set specific actions that your quests require, such as website clicks or Twitter follow. Doing all of this will get you great looking buttons that your fans can interact with on your Matcherino pages. Use the Analytics tab to see how your quests are doing and what works best for your community. Every click counts. I hope this video helped you start your Matcherino quest. Thanks for supporting Matcherino. Now, let's get back to the action.
That's right, Rushy. Damn straight. Wonderful guy, great caster overall. Also often visible on the Alpha X streams. Does a great job. Friendly fella. Go check him out sometimes. He has his own stream as well. And definitely worth a couple of eyeballs to be on him. It was pre-recorded. Yeah, that was pre-recorded. This one isn't though. In the top right side, we have ourselves a Blue Zerg player. This was just marvelously timed, Mr. Korzynski. I messed it up already, so let me just mess it up royally so that it looks like I'm doing it on purpose. Anyway, here's the Blue Zerg. He's fighting for the Freak Freaks. He is Armani. Alright, I forgot this is a thing. I always forget this is a thing. What is this even? Why would they use this? Why would this be in the game? Does anyone know? Does anyone have any idea? Right, in the bottom right, the bottom left side. Let's get rid of it. There is the Red Terran fighting for the... Oh, wait, we took away his point there. Fighting for the Brave Star Gaming community. He is a Dream. The four-headed spirit animal. Once again. Empowering, emboldening the Brave Star Gaming player. Let's see how we will be able to get the ball rolling here. Oh. Why won't... Okay, there we go. Sorry about this. We're back. Weird camera issue there for a moment. Alright. So it looks like pretty standard stuff so far. A little Reaper man rushing across the map here. As he's getting himself that second base, as is Terran tradition. Pew, 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 pew. Nice. Nice. Gets the first drone. That's always quite... yeah, it's just bothersome overall, having this Reaper get kills, right? It's just not supposed to happen. It's a cheater police signal. I think so, yeah. I mean, the weird thing is, like, I need to press the 2 buttons continuously to make the sirens go off. Right, this is the police right now, Dream. You need to stop doing this Reaper harassment. This is too much. We have decided that this is a crime against humanity. Even in times of war, you can't do this. You can't do... It's not... You're not allowed to do this to a man. This is torturous. You want to beat him in a video game? Sure, just do it in a more friendly way. Keep it above the belt. Pulling the wrong Zergling there, unfortunately. Might lose 2 of them as well. I mean, this Reaper has 3 kills right now. And one of them is a creep tumor. The other one's a drone and a Zergling. He's just going for the... he's got like a bingo card of things he needs to kill here. He's gonna go for a queen next. Afterwards, you know what, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets an Ultralisk. Somehow he needs to get himself bounced into the air with his own nade so he can shoot a Broodlord down at some point. Pretty sure that will happen. Right, Hellion follow up. Also has the Overlord's killing machine here. One Overlord is coming in on the back side though. We'll be looking in this base. He's the barracks and the reactor on the starports. You know, always gives some clemency, some relaxation overall. Realizing you're not being battlecruised or bansheed. So you know what, you can skimp out a little bit on those spore crawlers at the earlier stage of the game. Still got to be careful though, of course. Those Aliens and the Reaper still denying creep tumors here. Doing a good job so far. Here's the Viking. How many kills already? Just one. Just a single one. I mean, why would you not go for that Overlord? I'm sorry. I guess now it's a little bit late with the 3 queens in between, but definitely felt like an opportunity there. Anyway, 1 or 2 more shots. Maybe he was like under the impression that that was already the final. He's doing it again. Dream. Dream. We need to bring the police in here again. He's trolling. I don't know. Is he? He might be. He might be trolling me more so than Armani. In that previous game as well, he got so many Overlord kills. Oy, oy, oy. Alright, that's going to be an Overseer. He'll be okay. More creep tumors. That's 3 more creep tumors. Just like that. Gone. Dream is really on fire right now. And look at this timing attack coming through as well. The siege tanks, though. He needs to figure out that the siege tanks cannot fit through here. He needs to lower the other supply depot. Otherwise, these Marines, they're just, they're just running across the map on their own. Okay, no, he will use the Medivacs, right? To pick him up. Okay. No, Dream. He's gonna be looking over here. I want to see his camera. Hold up. He's like, where are my siege tanks? How did where'd they go? Do I not have siege tanks? Where are they? What is it? Alright, well, let's just go for a drop then. Let's just... Oy, 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 oy. And he's out of there. I mean... Oh, there he goes again. Now he realizes. Oh my god. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Dream. Round of 16 GSL, by the way. This happens to the best of the best, guys. I mean, let's not pretend that we would do better. It's all part of the plan, alright? Same as the Overlords you let go. Oh, this is nice. Targeting the Medivacs is also really good. Doing a proper job with that one. Does keep them around. Cleans up all the queens, pretty much. That's pretty darn massive, actually. I'd say that was a success. There you go. 5 queens. Gone, just like that. It's pretty much all the creep spreading capabilities. If he kills these creep tumors now as well, I mean... Good luck with your creep, buddy. Good luck. And once again, double Medivac drop. The other Medivac, you know what? That was just all part of the plan, losing those other... the other Marines, so now this Medivac can pick up those Marines again. Spore Crawlers. That's a bit of a desperation as well, right? 2 Spore Crawlers right there. Oh, careful. There we go. Okay, nice dodging. He's not going to get anything done there, but he's, you know what, setting up his own 3rd base here. Armani's getting his 4th base, yes, but, I mean... Is this a... It feels like... He's on 155 supply, but he already is near the 200 max as well. He made a lot of overlords here. It's like, you know what, let me stop losing overlords here, perhaps. Or just have a lot of overlords. How many Koreans are watching the Korean stream? It's like a couple of tens of thousands, probably, right? As is per usual. I'm not sure, actually. 5 drones killed like that. No problem, no sweat. Getting her done. Overall, Armani is still kind of sticking in this situation, right? I mean, he's got a reasonable drone count. He's got an army that is capable of kind of pushing back these drops. He's kind of stimmed the bleeding in a way, right? Doing all right. I'm just a little bit worried overall with the progression of Dream here. It looks like he is really setting up shop. Getting himself sorted here. And no 4th base just quite yet, though. I feel like that may be something that's missing here, but... I mean, with all these siege tanks and only Ro8 Ravager available, and Ling, I suppose, as well, for Armani, that could become a painful engagement. It's good that he took out those rocks, otherwise that would have been the perfect location for Dream to push. It's now just a pretty darn good position still to push. Oh, and Tunneling Claws, look at that. We don't see this very often. Especially against Terrans. We don't have any missile turrets, though, in the natural, or the main base, or the 3rd base, so... Oh, wait, just... No, wait, that's the sensor tower. Yeah, there's nothing there. Absolutely nothing there. Some pretty darn cool stuff to see here. I mean, a nice couple of those Marauders and Marines in a siege tank to block the entrance, but, yep, I mean, right underneath. Right underneath your nose. Alright. Let's see. Waiting for the other roaches to get into position as well. And... Oh, even at the 3rd base now. Just as Dream is moving out. That's going to absolutely tear this economy apart. And this is one of the roughest moments in time for Dream to have this occur. At the same time, though, now he really needs to get this damage on as well. On the other side of the map, the Baneling's getting all right connections. That's a scary fight, though. That's so many siege tanks. Still a good amount of Marauders as well. Sacrificing this base, that is completely within the reasonable things here. You know what? The main base is over here, still in a lot of trouble here. The Roach is doing a good job. 34 workers being picked off right now. I mean, this is allowing Armani to lose those 2 other bases as well. He can't afford to lose drones, though. That's a big no-no here. Doesn't want to keep those alive. Wants to expand to the left as well at the same time. Keep those bases alive as well. Otherwise, this might still get quite dicey. But so far, I mean, he's doing a really great overall job of killing that economy with a tech that we just don't see enough anymore. You know, the Burrow Roaches, it is quite incredibly strong, and it's like Dark Templar, right, for the Protoss. But then I guess they need to become visible before they start shooting in the end. But they're a lot cheaper though, and they regenerate as soon as you put them back into the ground. So definitely worth the trouble there. Oh my god, is this just pure links? They just barely don't have Adrenal Glands though, otherwise they would have torn this in small enclave of units apart, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, Dream now scrambling for some sort of an anything here, I'd say. Not really enough units to push forwards into the Ravagers and the Banelings, so he needs to push backwards. Or well, fall backwards. I guess you don't really push backwards, right? And now he's up against Ultralisk. Ultralisk getting all the upgrades for those as well established. There's Vipers on the field to deny those siege tanks as well. And you know what, Armani, I think this is in the best position he's been in this entire overall, this entire day, pretty much, in any type of stuff. I mean, Dream, what can he do? He's getting a Planetary Fortress 4th base. That is nice. I mean, it might not be the place that Armani really pushes into, unfortunately. There may have been a way to kind of help him out against those Ultralisk. Building just overall stuff over here as well. Of course, like missile turrets, supply depots, stuff like this would be a great boon as well for him. I'm not 100% sure if he knows about the ultras just yet, though. Does look like he pushed, well, he pulled away and stuff like this before they really got discovered. And let's see if he did a scan, which I missed on top of an ultralisk. Because we are seeing the drilling, tunneling, no wait, drilling claws. Drilling, tunneling, no, burrowing, widow mines, upgrades. Right, there we go. Now he knows for certain. Let's see what he goes for. Of course, the widow mine's still pretty darn good. He does have a good amount of marauders. Now starting up the liberators as well. We'll be able to clean up this base. Gets the kill, not the cancel. That's nice. The longer this keeps going, the more equalized it gets again here for Dream, right? He got a reasonable economy again. He still has a pretty darn good overall army as well. He's getting some work done with these drops. Maybe he's overstaying his welcome a little bit here. But you know what? No, never mind, actually. Some great stuff there. Nice attempt on the burrow there. Trying to save those queens. Forcing out a scan, I suppose. These drops, my dear lord, this is... You know what, you can... you can just split up your army here, Armani. I know it's quite difficult to... I don't do it myself. I don't know if I'm allowed to complain about this, but... And moves back down again. Alright, I mean, Dream definitely making this a series again, right? He's starting to get the counter to those Ultralisk. In the way, shape, and form of Liberators. He only has 2 so far. He's getting more, though. They are on the way. He's getting a Ghost Academy as well. Snipes a powerful opponent versus, well, a lot of stuff that the Zerg has going for him. Corruptors, Ultras, the Vipers as well. Might get EMP'd. Help out a ton in these types of situations. The problem for Dream, though, of course, is with the more bases he has. Oh my god, those siege tanks. Safeguarding the mineral line there. Nice catch on that one. Liberator harassment, Widowmine harassment as well. Look at those Widowmines burrow as quickly as they can, but not going to be able to get any shots. Oh, actually, 1 shot, actually. My bad. Six of the drones die off there. Not completely sure if that was completely necessary. As now we do have a fully maxed out Armani once again, but with even more army supply. A lot of it's still in the Ravagers, though. Although they are a bit more valuable rather than the Roaches, as you will be able to bile down the Liberators and the Siege Tanks. And even the Widowmines as well, of course. Very powerful units right there. Looks like he is going to attempt to break his opponents right now. I mean, where is the bio for Dream right here? I don't think it is anywhere to be seen. Alright, there we go. How was that fight? How did that fight even go? You know what? Actually, Armani lost a lot more supply there, didn't he? Hey, a really cost-inefficient fight there. Together with the Planetary Fortress doing a ton. The Siege Tanks, just great spread on those. Finding some opportunities. And I suppose the Missile Turrets as well. That's a great fight for Dream. Dream going to be able to set up another base now. Get well accustomed to this situation. The problem may be, of course, that Armani does have a... Well, he had a pretty good bank. So very quick on the remax here. 4 more Ultras on the way as well. Transfusing those ones that are hurt a little bit. Are we getting the... Okay, yeah, we do have the Great Aspire. Is upgrading the air weapons now as well for eventually so he can transition there. We already have Ghost available, though. We're getting air weapons as well available, which helps out a bit as well against those Brute Lords. Dream is just playing remarkably well here today. Alright, is he going to be able to safeguard the planetary here, though? I don't think he will be. And that gets busted down relatively quickly. He does have the orbital, so mining will continue, but that's an easier target for later on, of course, to get killed off here. Alright, Dream once again. Let's see. Wants to try and hold this. The repair on the planetary is pretty strong. Not that many Ultras remaining anymore. Mostly Ravagers right now, and they are being wailed away at the with the Siege Tank. Losing 14 SCVs though. He doesn't have that much economy to spare right now. 15-9 workers only remaining. Coming in again on the right side is Armani. It looks like he has found a way to dwindle down his opponent to a burning corpse right now. And this may very well start to be the end of things with the 8 Broodlords as well on the way right now. That could be the end of Dream's ambitions here in the second match to just tie out, well, clean up the series with a clean sweep 2-0. I don't think it will happen anymore. Armani, as soon as he starts poking in with those Broodlords, we very well may have ourselves a GG coming up relatively shortly. Well, we'll have to wait and see, of course. Maybe Dream takes a massive fight in his favor. It's going to need quite a miracle, though, of course, to make that work. Staying hidden with the Broodlords here for even a longer period of time. Alright, in he goes into combat. The Broodlings will be shot. Oh, yep, there go the Widow Mines. Nice snipes on the Corruptors here, but, I mean, you need to deal with the Broodlords mostly. More Ghost coming in. And this is almost like an Uzi-Koti type of amount of Ghost here. Does he have enough? I don't think so, right? And yeah, that's too many Broodlords. That's just too many Broodlords. Dream is gonna have to come to the conclusion here, I'd say, that he is gonna have to tap out and try again in the next one. As he's losing another base, he's gonna be losing, well, more stuff over here on the right side. Only a single siege tank remaining there. GG is called. And, yeah. Armani ties up the series. Once again, we have a series going into game number 3. We're having a lot of those today, which is nice for the people who bought themselves the replay packs. Because just on their own, these games, they seem pretty darn stellar so far to kind of dig into and try to figure out all the ins and outs of these TVZ matchups. Faith! Faith, were you not following us? That seems odd. I thought you... Well, anyway, don't want to call you out too much. I mean, all these other people only now joining in as well. Moonman, Dieto, Jack, Pachenga, Acid, Generation Storm, the Doggy Cartel, Xertas, Korshisk now coming in as well. You thought you were... Yeah, I thought you were as well. I mean, I see you everywhere, right? You're in so many of the streams. Alright, anyway. 7-11. Luram, Ultimate Despair, Joe Hard, MBBBB, Puminator. That's a lot of follows, guys. Much appreciated. I hope you guys are having some fun here with the overall StarCraft as I'm getting Thanos once again, but my green screen's like, I will live. I don't know why it's struggling this much today. Alright, anyway. What's up, GS Modes? How you doing as well? I'm doing good. I'm doing fine. I had to wake up a little bit earlier today for this one, but you know what? In the end, the StarCraft has been absolutely impeccable, so it's hard to complain about stuff like this. It's 7-12? Wait, did I just misread that entire thing? No. Impenetrable. What's that? What's that? What does that mean? Top right side. Ah, I see now. Alright. On the top right side, we... Oh, calendar. It is, isn't it? Jeez Louise, I'm a slow man today. For Christ's sake. I'm gonna blame the early wake. The early waking. The early wake. I died earlier on today, guys. That's why. That's why I'm not catching up with everything here. Anyway, top right side, the Red Zerg, giving us some marvelous ZVTs just about now. And if you want to have another ZVT match between Innovation and this man, then definitely give it up for the Afrika Freaks Armani. If you're in the mood for some sweet TVT action, well, then you're gonna have to cheer for this man in the bottom left side. He's the blue Terran player. He's from Brave Star. He is a dream. I mean, TVT, probably the most fun mirror matchup to watch. I kind of like CVC as well, probably to the equal amounts. I think TVT, though, still takes the prize overall for the amount of epic matches and overall weirdness that happens sometimes in those ones. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see if anything like that will occur, of course. First and foremost, we need to see whether or not Armani will be taken out down a peg here by Dream. If he will be able to get one more victory on the board and get the chance here versus Innovation. I mean, that's kind of sad, right, in a way. Yes, I mean, if you win this series, you're going to have a chance to move onwards, but you're going to have to beat Innovation in a best of 3. So, good luck with that one, buddies. Good luck with that one. It's going to be tight. Ooh, losing a link there. Manny again, I mean, missing the beat there a little bit on the links. Another link dies, man. I guess it's easier to kill the other link once you kill one of the links, but it happens so quickly that is rather nasty. Oh, losing the Reaper as well. I guess he killed another link. No, he didn't even. That was the rib cage of a Reaper. Huh. So cute. That's not supposed to happen, guys. There's not that much going on that you should lose a Reaper here. But then again, to be fair, you shouldn't lose the Zerglings either. So, yeah. Very awkward. To be fair, though, the Reaper not really meant to be killing stuff here. Mostly there to keep an eye on your opponents. Check if the third base is being built. Check if they're... Dream saying, my hands aren't moving. Ooh, alright. Alright. But yeah, now it's gonna be up to this lonesome Hellion over here to really figure out what is happening. And, ooh, making a fusion core as well. Alright, immediately gonna go for the battle cruiser. The battle cruiser. Battle cruiser operational, as they like to say themselves. Guys, which country in Asia you think is most powerful? China, Japan, or Korea? It depends on what way. Military might. Are we talking on the economic scale of things? Are we talking just StarCraft 2? So this is an interesting question. Are we talking about MMA fighters? Are we talking culture? Culture? We're talking about the most powerful culture. I don't know. I don't know if I can answer this. Honestly, I'm a bit perplexed that cultures have strengths. I guess it's also a bit of a personal preference thing, right? I mean, what kind of culture... Oh my god, don't run those drones back! What are you doing, you madman? It wasn't supposed to die. It wasn't supposed to die. Dream. Haha. Just saying haha. 10 workers dying off there in the end. I mean, that was almost a really clean hold there for Armani. A great hold with the queen on the ramp there. Almost flawless, but in the end, I mean, ouchie, ouchie. I like that, you know, Inu is actually, it's like translating the haha, and instead of saying haha, he says ZZ the other way for the Koreans to say haha in Korean. That's funny. Relay, I hate it. Man. That's rough. Stop. Alright. Anyway, battlecruiser comes in. It's only 4 queens here. There's the spore as well, but, I mean... Queens have a reasonable amount of transfuse, though, right? Should be able to safeguard this. Just need to be on top of that, yeah, transfusions. Okay, more queens coming down as well. despite the result was held off by my brilliant instincts, the game's already out of my hands. Oh man, Armani, Dream's like, no, I'm behind. Nice, thank you for the translation there, Choi. It always adds a bunch when we see what's being said in these ones. Third command center on the way here. Ooh, more Hellions attempting more drone kills here. Or just an Evo chamber. You know what? Could do the job as well. There's a lot of liquids in those Zerg buildings though. Hard to really burn them down. Let's see what this will be like. I mean, 2 battle cruisers now. There is a couple of corruptors. Losing 2 queens so far. Might lose a 3rd one here. Nice micro overall. Will not allow him to get that kill right there. And saves both the battle cruisers. So, I mean, so far it's just still the 10 worker kills that we've seen from those initial Hellions. Nothing really more being achieved that is that detrimental. I suppose the 2 queens it's alright, you know, it's pretty nice. But not really game ending. Nothing too dangerous. We have the Yamato cannon as well. We're going full mech here from Dream. Maybe this is a thing with also again, right? If you said he wasn't moving his hands correctly, maybe that is why we're seeing the mech play right now. 3 Evo chambers here. Fair enough. Fair enough. A nice wall. I mean, he has been having those Hellions continuously bothering him, so not too opposed. And he's actually getting all the 3 upgrades here. Ranged, melee, and carapace. Pretty darn cool. Alright, 5th base now as well for Armani. Starting to really ramp up his economy here. Wants to get as many bases, as much gas as possible right now in this period of time. And start prepping that late game army, of course, versus the mech. It's very unlikely that Dream will be moving out here without a fully, a fully maxed out army, of course. Otherwise, if you lose that mech army, that's just going to be absolutely devastating. Though, you know what, with the Cyclones and the Hellions, you can do some move outs, but you don't really need the late game attack against those, of course. Alright, 3 battle cruisers once again. Causing a bit of a stir here on the Zerg lines. Cleaning up the creep. And getting out of there again. The Overseer keeping tabs as well on what is exactly happening in the base of Dream. Doing a good job so far, being the scout that he is. The creep spread, it's a bit of lackluster now with the after those battle cruisers. I'd like to see that happening again. Grim buckets, please. Please no. If you ever played against battle cruisers as a Zerg, oh my dear lord. It's many angry nights on the ladder for me. The early Aspires here continuously being created by the Zerg seems like some way to kind of deal with it, but man oh man. It's a troublesome thing. It really is. Alright, there's the Neural coming in as well. Pre-Igniter as well, getting upgraded. That's together with the Cyclone upgrade. There it is. Getting completed. A couple of tanks here. He is maxed out. Does have about 20 extra some supply here. This is what Armani needs to do. He needs to take a fight before the army is actually on his doorstep, right? Otherwise he will not be able to really replenish his forces as well as he would like to. Nicely timed Biles there. This might still be a little bit too much for him to deal with. The siege tanks, the Cyclones and the Thor here on the bottom side really doing a number on his upgrade centers. The evolution chambers. A lot of Zerglings being constructed right now. A couple of Vipers as well, but it looks like, you know what, Armani already trying to commit here before they are completed. As time is rather of the importance right now. Final of the evolution chambers does fall. They were recreated though somewhere else. Let's take a look. Alright, in the main base. It's still 3 of them though. Armani really committed to the 3 upgrades at a time. Also, while still upgrading his air weapons as well. So a lot of money he's spending on upgrades right now. Very quickly. So if he does manage to stay alive, if he doesn't lose bases here, he's going to be in a pretty good spot, I'd say. But he needs to get that first and foremost, of course. Need to try and get this stuff sorted. Right, cleans up this fight. Corruptus roaming around the other side now, trying to clean some stuff up. There's still some Widow Mines here and there hidden in the snow as well, though. In the snow as well, though. Anyway. Couple of FPS drops. Yes, I don't know if it's getting worse, but it just seems to be a little bit of that case. I don't know. It's definitely on my end, guys. My apologies. Alright. Kills the Ravager there. Oh my. Oh my. Is that all of the Corruptus here? I think it very well may be. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's just full on battle mech right now. I'm pretty certain this is going to be wash over right now. Not that much remaining for Armani here. Just Roach's Ravagers and the Banelings. Nothing else to support it. He is making the Infestors though. He needs more time. A good fungal or two could still remedy the situation, but so far, I mean, oh my god, turning into Hellbats just as the Banelings roll in. That is a very unfortunate timing. Alright, he didn't need them. that was a bit horrific, in all honesty. Those Blue Flame Hellions, I don't know if like most of them even got a shot off there, as they were all just still mid-transformation as those Banes rolled in there. Oh, nice. Using the Burrow to unlock himself from that situation there and allowing the Cyclones to, well, miss those shots, of course. On the other side, Dream once again trying to make something work here. Getting an Infested there, it's always nice. Might be able to get this base as well. The Cyclones, they do a lot of damage, and there we go. Starting to really fluster the economy of Armani right now. He does still have a reasonable mineral bank, but other than that, not that much remaining. He's making a new base here below the army of Dream, but of course Armani should be able to just push in there right away. He does have an SEV here. I wonder if that is meant to start making missile turrets. Could be a good idea. I've seen that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so those missile turrets are just there against the burrowed Infestors. Seeing this happening more and more. Just random missile turrets spread out across the map. That's kind of what you want to do here. Being Dream. Would like to see a couple more myself, but we'll have to just wait and wait it out. Wait it out. So over here, Battlecruiser manages to get back to safety. Cyclone catching some of the Corruptors here. Not really going to kill them off though, of course. Hatchery on the bottom right side as well. Another base goes down. Base in the top left did get secured. Oh, that was a big Widowmine hit there. 38 kills on this one Widowmine over here. 38! That is quite some value right there. How do you even get 38 kills on a Widowmine? That's nuts. I guess this mine has been here for a while right now, but Right, let's see what this is. Okay, it's just one thing. Just one thing. This is another base going down, guys. Armani really struggling to get himself to a late game composition here. Still on the Roaches, still on the Ravagers, still the Banelings. And ultimately, that's just not going to be enough anymore to carry him through against the cost-efficient mech army that we have established right now for Dream, who's even up in army supply. It's more cost-efficient, and it has more supply. And you know what else is that he's in between these bases, so it's going to be extremely difficult now for Armani to reinforce his units. Again, no... Well, okay, no, that's the Infestors. There's 3 of them only available, though. Getting some great Blinding Clouds. Okay, this could be it. And now, taking control of the the Blinding Cloud siege tanks. That is unfortunate. A little bit unfortunate. Anyway, there we go. GG is called. And Dream takes this game right here. Being able to keep Armani from getting into the late game techs, such as Broodlords, Ultralisks, stuff like that. Or even a high amount of Infestors, something that would really allow him to get that stuff sorted. Alright. Thank you, Sentient Bird, for that follow. Sankar as well. Cypher as well. Korean Man, Soybean Drinker, Salm77. Much appreciated. Zelisk as well. Alright. As I am being Thanos again. Disappearing slowly into the abyss here. Alright, guys. There's one more match remaining here. It will be Dream versus Innovation. And let's see what they will be able to get done in that sense. Dream versus Innovation. I'm getting a little bit lightheaded here, not gonna lie. Didn't have the biggest of breakfast, so I'm slowing down a little bit here and there, guys. My apologies. We'll try to bring it back up again with the final series here. Alright. Sorry, I'm confused about one of the sponsor things. It's always nice. Oh well, I'll just ignore it for now. It's always nice to do these things after the stream. But anyway, let me try to focus here a bit more. Hitman as well. Thank you for that follow. Already been going strong for 3.5 hours. We're gonna go into the TVT right now as well. Usually the mirror matchup, that does tend to take a little while, unless if they just keep proxy rexing each other. Of course, that is always a possibility. Depends on how much League of Legends Innovation wants to play here, as to what will happen. Once upon a time, Maru went bio upgrades late game to use the minerals for Marines. Interesting. Can you imagine doing a 24-hour stream? Perhaps. We would need enough content, though, to fill 24 hours, and that would be quite something. And it would be difficult to get players and stuff like that to really accommodate such a schedule, especially, you know, it would just be a pain to kind of organize in that sense. We have started discussions, though, in just overall longer streams. Maybe with a little bit of a break in between, but yeah. Anyway, bottom left side, we have ourselves a blue Terran player fighting for the Brave Star Gaming. He is Dream. Top right side, that's the red Terran player. He's fighting for Kaisi Gaming. He is Innovation. The TVT, always a fun matchup to behold. It's, you know what, the most fun overall mirror matchup to behold. And, you know what, in some cases, the TVT, it has provided us with quite some outstanding games. And Innovation and Dream, both of these players, you know what, pretty darn top-notch. We saw Dream making some great maneuvers there, taking some pretty reasonable games against Armani, and showcasing his strengths against Stats as well, I'd say. Very interested to see how he's going to be going up against Innovation, of course, which is his new opponent right here. Guys, remember there's also the Matcherino, of course. Remember the Matcherino. There's just some codes and there's a little bit of downtime as we're waiting for these players to kind of get their stuff rolling, right? Get themselves into a position of macro capabilities. Would be nice if you, you know what, if you haven't already, hit up those quests, hit up those codes. AX 500 DJ is all you need to type, and 50 cents just like that, add it in, no problem. Azriel, thank you for the follow as well. Hope you're enjoying the StarCraft so far, enjoying these matches. Ahurix, too, much appreciated, my man. We're having a lot of followers today. I'm digging it. It's pretty darn nice. It's always good to see more people joining the Alpha X crowd, joining in with the matches that we will provide. Hopefully, see you around in the next time again. Right, because after this one, well, not after this stream immediately, but we will still have the day of the playoffs, right? The best players will be from this tournament, pretty much. We'll be duking it out for the final place here. And it is, you know what, going to be so far. Who did we have from the previous one? We had Stu, we had Cure, and now we have Stats. And, I mean, already that is one player from each race in that top 4. That is, I mean, balance issues? I mean, hello? I don't think so. I don't think so, guys. I think we're pretty much on the ball right now. At least in this tournament. We will have 2 Terrans though. That has been established. So I guess if you want to have that's the one issue you could raise, I suppose. But then again, I mean, it's a pretty mute point, in my opinion. A little bit of a run by here by Dream. A bit ambitious, not really getting the greatest of kills on the SCVs, but trading out not that favorably either, I'd say. Losing quite a bit of gas there, 100 extra minerals as well. Nothing game-ending for certain, but definitely not what he was looking for, right? Whenever you take the initiative, you kind of hope that you will be able to take the right trade. Otherwise, that's called a bad maneuver. And a bad overall call, indeed. Innovation. Man, he is one unique man, isn't he? Jeez Louise, look at it. Every time when he starts doing this, I'm like, wait. That's right, he goes Battle Mech in TVT, that's what he does. I'm still not completely certain why he does it, but he does it anyway. It might be because of all the drops that happened, but we'll have to wait and see. There's the one siege tank right now. Actually, that's a really good position here. Needs to watch out for that Cyclone. Alright, not taking any shots so far. Wait, what was that in the back? Was that an SCV? I think that was the Hellion. Alright, the Hellion coming in from behind. Careful. Okay, cleans it up. Nicely done. Doesn't lose the Cyclones. I thought for a moment he was going to lose 2 of them there by 1 more tank shot. But does secure it overall. Third base on the way as well. For Innovation as well as for Dream. Starting to get himself some of those Ravens. Very important units, of course, in that TVT matchup. Usually, that's mostly when people are not as heavy on the Cyclones as Innovation. Cyclones do pretty darn well against those Ravens. The Siege Tanks, though, less. But we'll have to wait and see. I agree, yeah. Kuta, I mean, the Cyclone, if you manage to get those shots off, they are absolutely impeccable. They are some of the strongest units, but I mean, 2 tank shots and they're gone. They're dead. They're just out of there. I mean, that's pretty much a Marine with combat shields. Is he trying to do harassment here? I think he may have. Cyclone there, though. Getting 2 kills in total with this Raven. Not too bad, not too bad. Alright, Innovation just kind of holding the line here now as well. A good amount of those siege tanks. The Cyclones on top of the siege tanks denying any sort of dropping to take place too. This is an awkward situation now for Dream as he's falling behind in the overall mining here. Innovation already having that third base discovered. Well, mining, right? Operational. That's what I should say. That's that Raven once again. A couple of disables though with the Raven. I feel like that should do the trick here though. Right? Should be able to start pushing down the ramp here. Though it's going to be difficult still to place those siege tanks to slowly inch them closer. Alright, there's the Liberator. That might just be very quickly gone. Yep. Not a single shot made from that bad boy. Truly a bad boy. A dead boy. That's how dead and bad he is. Right, anyway, in come the reinforcements right now for Dream. Interference Matrix on one of the tanks cleans it up. For quite a while though, we did have Innovation on that 3-base economy. Doesn't look like it was the biggest of deal though in the income grab, but in the overall supplies, it is looking to tell quite a tale here. 67 works versus 58, almost a 10 worker lead right there. The army supply in Dream's favor, yes, but ultimately, I think that will remedy itself out before Dream ever will be able to get aggressive here on the other side of the map. Oh well. I would have liked giving 50 cents for free, but it gave me 3-page terms of service to log it with my Twitch. That's shady, yeah. At least in appearance. I don't know, actually. I mean, there's some pretty darn smart people in StarCraft. I'm pretty sure if there was something about it, there's... You know what? They would look into it. We would have heard about it. Right, weird fights here. So it is one of our sponsors, so we would appreciate it, you know, trying to, you know, make them look bad in the chat. That would be very much appreciated. Unless if you find something in particular, you know, in the terms of service, but don't just go around saying that it's bad when you don't know what it is. You know? Alright, another fight over here. A couple of Cyclones do get caught out of position. Although they're still doing quite a bit here. Another bit of harassment taking place as well from Dream. Oh boy. Wow, there's some nice connections there from Dream. Somehow beating 4 Cyclones there with the 2 Cyclones. Liberator. It's okay, man. It's okay. It's just, you know what, calling a sponsor shady AF, that's just not... it's not that great for us, you know? They are one of the biggest supporters of StarCraft, and they support all sorts of places such as, you know, the Pylon Show, pretty much all of the StarCraft tournaments overall. And they've done so with quite a lot of fervor, a lot of passion, continuously. Anyway, going back to this game, I mean, Innovation actually taking a bit of a beating here and there, losing a couple of those workers. Getting stuck on his 4 bases. Now the rules completely reversed. It looks like all these Cyclones, though, will be able to pick off these siege tanks right here before they get into siege mode. And that's a lovely pick-off right now for Innovation. Will be able to get himself in this great position to start pressuring this base right now. And that's gonna, well, you know what, force Dream to move forward as well. He only has a small cluster of siege tanks, but it looks like it is enough to hold back the line here. Keep all this mining from taking place. Dream, on the other hand, decides to use his SCVs as cannon fodder there for a moment to avoid that command center from being taken down. Does manage to clean it up ultimately as well. And still on the other side with those tanks, but this, yeah, Liberators here to save the day. We'll be able to clean up these siege tanks. I think we'll clean up all of them. Yeah, very nicely done. Re-siege up, very smart as well. He knew that he would not be able to get away with that siege tank, so just might as well set up shop right there and get that stuff sorted out. Bottom right side, another command center. Scan taking place. Again here, I mean, Innovation continuously super heavy on the battle mech. I like the incorporation of the Liberators here as well. Kind of allowing him to have the advantage, right? Now he can choose whether or not he wants to take the fight with the Cyclones, or he doesn't want to take the fight with the Cyclones. He can move backwards, kite backwards, and then force those Cyclones into the Liberator zones. Or, well, I mean, he can kite or move after Dream, right? At the same time as well. He has that choice. Does lose that position here, though. Kind of undermining the overall point I was trying to make. But that was mostly due to the superior numbers of Cyclones, rather than, you know what, having Liberators with the Cyclones. Innovation still on this battle mech. It looks like Dream also kind of incorporating mostly the battle mech here. Which is weird. You don't really see the battle mech versus battle mech all that often. And that's pretty much what we're seeing happening right now. Liberators also just continuously a barrage of harassment taking place left, right, and center from both these players. More SCVs go down over there in the what's that? The 4th base? Something like a 4th base. Still a Liberator over here as well. I would love to see the Liberator range coming down from these players. 2. 2-2 also getting constructed for Innovation here. I'm gonna take that advantage. And also gonna take the advantage of just killing off this entire base right here in the bottom right side. It's gonna cause Dream to move to the opposing bases over here for Innovation. Sees the planetary fortress there, doesn't want to quite commit into this, but may go for the main base. Is that way he's really going to? That's a brave maneuver here, I'd say. Let's see what he will be able to get done. The Liberator's already in siege position here. The Cyclones get on top of them. Will be able to pick them off. Getting a lot of the SCVs right now, but at the same time, of course, Innovation as well. Still moving onwards and making the same maneuver across the map right now. Just with more bases to support it. The army supply for Dream slightly ahead, but is it really what matters? Okay, he has a couple of siege tanks right now. The Cyclones move in. He could have used the Liberators to clean this up first and foremost, but instead he loses all of those Cyclones. No Cyclone left unturned, and that is the entire attack for Innovation gone. And now that's where the strength of the siege tank comes in, honestly. The defensive capabilities sometimes outweigh the offensive capabilities, and Innovation has to tap out. GG is gold, and I mean, what looked like for a moment there, a great maneuver from Innovation, being able to just come in there, take out a base, and then probably just set up shop on his own turf as well. I thought Innovation had that one, but ultimately those siege tanks in the main base of Dream making a comeback happen and doing some lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Also, thank you for the follow, Beastbound, Isia, or 007, Utopia, Owo, Comfort, Dental, Homsey, Dennis, Lars One Bell, Arapi, Rurix, Asriel. No, I did call you out. All right, thank you for the follows, guys. Much appreciated. If only he would have microed those two liberators. Yeah, that was definitely. I mean, that's the problem with the Cyclones, right? They are the class cannon. It did take him a long time as well to get back to that offensive. He felt the pressure. He knew that he had to get up into those bases as quickly as possible and couldn't quite find the opportunity there. Anyway, let's see what will happen in the next game with this man, the underdog here, now suddenly with an advantage. 1 point ahead on the scoreboard. He's the blue Terran player from Bravestar Gaming. He's really shining recently. Anyway, he is a dream. Bringing his own game back into his face here, and you know what, slightly incorporating some of the older style as well with those siege tanks, making it work marvelously. But let's see if Innovation has something to say about that this time around. He's the red Terran, top left side, Kaisi Gaming's Innovation. Right. Double gas from Dream. Double gas from Inno. I think we saw Dream taking the single gas previous game, right? Or was that Innovation? I'm not completely certain anymore. I know one of them did. I never really mentioned it though. Uzi Koti, what's up, my man? How you doing? Hope you had a good stream yesterday. We managed to join you after, well, in the middle of one heck of a TVC, which looked absolutely ridiculous. A fire stream, nice, nice. Awesome, awesome. All right, so welcome to the final match of today here, and for somehow, some way, actually, Innovation falling to Dream. Always thought that Innovation. You know what, I had no weaknesses, but today he fell twice. He fell to stats, and now he's falling to Dream. Already 1 point behind as well on the scoreboards. Needs to tie this up, and then needs to bring it back with another point. So 2 wins in a row required in TVT. That can be quite volatile. Also, you know what, I'm not sure if I'm impressed, but I am... sometimes when you get ahead in the TVT matchup, sometimes you just kind of see somebody quickly being like, you know what, I could just proxy to Rex, right? And maybe that's just going to be enough. Maybe I'll be able to win with that, just that on its own. Just a quick, clean win. He's not going to see it coming. He's going to think I'm going to play the same as I did the last game. Let me just do that, get that quick win, but not Dream. He's not like that at all. Sometimes that happens with the player that's behind as well, though, to be fair, but... don't see Innovation doing that too much. To be fair though, he did it against Armani earlier on today with the bunkers. Wait, was that versus Armani? I think it was, right? Am I going crazy? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was versus Armani. We didn't see any PVC today because that would have been the team kill, which didn't occur. His speed zone's been quite funny in this situation here. The standoff points, the arena. Who's willing to enter? To enter, only one can leave. Alright, but just a little bit of micro here. They know they can't really... You know what, the person that does run in here... Innovation giving up the ramps a couple of times now, actually. I'm surprised that maybe he was expecting the attack coming from elsewhere. Wanted to reposition on another ramp. I don't know, but... Of course, you get the free 1 or 2 shots there by standing on top of the ramp. Back into the battle mech. Yeah, I'm still not completely certain if I think it is the best choice. Somehow Innovation makes it work in TVT. Maybe he just really doesn't enjoy playing the other mech. You know what, with the siege tanks, Thors, battle cruisers, all that stuff, Vikings, Liberators. Maybe he just enjoys being a little bit more mobile and using the Cyclones for that end. Helps out sometimes. Oh, this is an awkward moment. Alright, doesn't end up too bad, but in the backside, Dream actually setting up a flank here. The army of Innovation didn't move that way directly though, so it did take him a while before he really had to be in a horrible position here. Okay, the siege tank needs to get himself into siege mode here if he really wants to do a number onto those Cyclones. Doesn't get to do so, and now, I mean, this entire attack is just dead instantly. Jeez Louise, that is a very clean fight there for Innovation. On the lower supply overall, this is just a very clean way of taking these fights, of course, with those Cyclones. When there's not a lot of units involved, those glass cannons, they definitely just know how to do the damage. And it's a lot more overseeable, right? It's a lot more doable with the micro. You can individually pull some back. You can decide what to target them to. And as soon as you get to those ridiculous numbers, that becomes more and more difficult to do. Which is still where Innovation likes to take this, so definitely feels like this is the superior way to go. Is taking a bit of a beating if he will move forwards here, though. Let's see. Stop it. Don't go forwards. Innovation. Be a nice boy. Alright, that's what he's doing. Checking with the Reaper. No, he's going for it. Alright, tanking the shot that way. 3 Cyclone lock-on. Very quick getting rid of that siege tank right there. 1 auto turret now trying to hold the door, but as soon as that falls, these Cyclones might be able to just come in here and target down another, well, something, anything. Oh, gets the Raven lock-on, but needs to get the heck out of there because of the siege tank. 2 shots. There you go. Dead Cyclone. Good position here on the high ground, of course. Very difficult to deal with. It's going to need a couple more Cyclones here. Is this live? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, there we go. Nice look on. Oh, we'll be able to get it. They're very low on the HP, though. The Marines might just be able to clean up most of them now. One does escape with just an inch of health. This is just a weird moment in time. I'm going to check the units lost tab here. Wow. Alright. That is just very unexpected, isn't it? Look at the efficiency here. Definitely getting himself quite far ahead in the overall resources lost. Has that third base already in position as well, right? So, containing his opponents with this mobile force and making it work marvelously well. Might want to consider moving backwards now around this time, though, as the army of Dream is growing as well. I think Concussive Shell. Yeah, Concussive Shell, a very good choice here. Getting that one up and ready will be a lot easier to deal with those Cyclones afterwards. Alright, Liberator. Setting up shop here. Natural base under pressure. Also the main base. The natural base not quite being scouted out yet, so this one does get 3 kills, but I mean, in total 4 kills for 2 Liberators. I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay. He's already trading out favorably, or already, right? So, getting that Raven too. How's Inno's TVT looking? It's looking a little bit ridiculous, as is the case usually. I always forget that he does the battle mech in TVT. I think he may be switching it up a little bit here, though. We're seeing the siege tanks now making their appearance. And he's more so focusing on those ones right now. Still incorporating a lot of the Cyclones, a lot of the Hellions, especially in the early game. And I think that may be the strength, where the strength actually lies. He did lose the previous game, though. But I think that is also, again, right, just a small misstep with the Cyclones and the Liberators. Not having a siege tank ready in his main base. Stuff like that. Tiny things. Adjustable things. Things that, you know what, in the next game you could be like, alright, I'm not going to make those mistakes again. And be okay. right? Top right, small batch of Marines, Marauders coming through. It's always fun seeing the Bio versus Mech play, right? Dream has been playing sick AF. Yeah, I really agree, honestly. Dream has been really showing some amazing games recently. Not just today in these series, but overall. I mean, a sure enough contestant of the round of 16 GSL. Right. And we see the concussive shell helping out with the Hellions and the Cyclones. But Inno almost never comes up with genuinely new strats. I don't know, actually. I think that is an old perspective of innovation. I think he definitely changed that around. He's gotten a lot more innovative recently, and has been bringing new stuff to pretty much all the matchup, I'd say. He does his own thing very often. And he's incorporating different builds now. Like, he's doing a lot of stuff. He's better at refining existence builds. Look, that's one of his strengths as well, but I don't think he is somebody that is incapable of making his own stuff. Like this battle mech, I've not seen anybody else really bringing it up to this level as Innovation has in TVT. And he's really been one of the forefronts in my mind to really make this a thing. And bring it to success against some of the most difficult Terran opponents out there. Terran that wins is innovative in itself. Maybe. Right, stimming in. Really nice position here with the overall Bioforces trying to intercept any type of run-by scenario. Has the siege tanks in the middle as the main support, so we'll always be able to move back to that location in case he needs to. Innovation, though, I mean, he's just going mass siege tank, mass Vikings right here. This might just be a bulldozer that is going to be running over the middle of the map right now. Dream needs to fight this army when it's unsieged. I think that may be his best shot. He has Hellbats inside of the Medivacs as well. This is something we've not seen for a while anymore. But still very, very efficient, of course. Alright, well, this is awkward. This is rather awkward. There we go. They were supposed to be just dropped on top of the Bioforces. But you know what? These siege tanks in the open as well will be able to take out pretty much all of them. And put Dream in an awkward position right now. Hellbat still tanking that damage on the left side. The other ball, the Bio, kind of being hesitant to really engage this, and I would be too. This is just an absolute line of defenses that will never fall to a small amount of Bio. Right, a 3-pronged attack though is being set up. Maybe even a 4-pronged attack, depending on what we're going to be seeing here. Needs to stay on his toes though, needs everything to engage at the same time. Will that occur? Stuff on the bottom left, top left, top right. And reinforcements from the main base. We do have some stuff over there as well. Yes, this is in fact a 4-pronged surround that is trying to be set up here by Dream. This is a very difficult situation. One misstep and this could all go down into flames. There's more siege tanks coming in though. He's pressed for time. The siege tanks on the top are going to siege up right now. He may have waited a little bit too long here. Has to get rid of one of the flanks. Oh wait, actually will take the opportunity to just drop on top of these. Is this going to be the time where he pushes into the main as well? Oh my god, making a marvelous use of the situation. He sees where those Vikings are and he knows when he will be able to come in here. Right now, the surround, a full 360. Let's see if it is enough though. And there's just so many siege tanks. I'm not quite sure that it is. It looks like Innovation's still gonna be able to clean this up, but he did lose a lot of siege tanks. But the army supply though, 90 army supply versus 30. That is disgusting. That was an, you know what? As well as Dream could have asked for in that fight, I'd say it's unrealistic to ask him to perform better in that one. It really is just a case of the overall unit compositions there and the positioning of innovation that was already established. The other siege tanks coming in as well. That was just marvelous play there from innovation as well. A little bit of a missed opportunity. I suppose Dream, if he came in a little bit earlier on, maybe that would have worked out. But he made great use of the medevac drops there for a long time. And I think that's going to be it, guys. SCV is being pulled. They're not going to be able to beat the Hellbats. That's not going to happen. And we'll see a GG coming up momentarily. There it is. GG. And we're tied up once again. Another match that goes into the final game right now. With this on the way. Alright. Alright, so what we're going to be doing, there it is. I'm going to quickly run down to the toilet, guys. I'll be right back. And with you, I will leave this one right here.
My name is Rushy, and this is a 1-minute tutorial on how to create your own Matcherino quests for your online events. Let's get started. Go to Matcherino.com and click the sign-in button in the top right. You'll need to link an account to begin. I use my Twitch account because it's the most convenient for me, but you can choose which one works best for you. Once you log in, click your username in the top right and select Profile. Along the left side will be a place to select Sponsor Quests, and you've arrived. Click the Add button and give this quest a clear title and a sleek image. Your quest can be attached to all games, but one option to better reach your audience is to limit your quest to games that fit your specific community. You can also target specific audiences by whitelisting specific countries, or by blacklisting specific countries so they can't see your quests. You can also set specific actions that your quests require, such as website clicks or Twitter follow. Doing all of this will get you great looking buttons that your fans can interact with on your Matcherino pages. Use the Analytics tab to see how your quests are doing and what works best for your community. Every click counts. I hope this video helped you start your Matcherino quest. Thanks for supporting Matcherino. Now, let's get back to the action.
All right.
Matcherino pages. Use the Analytics tab to see how...
We're done, Rushy. Thank you. Thank you for that. Alright, guys. Game number 3. Game number 3. Here we go. Oh, wait. Boop, boop. There it is. We switched this around, though. So we have the blue color on the top, which is like this, and the red color on the bottom. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Alright. All groups are awesome in GSL, but Group A is not as hard as the others because TY is switching stats with DRG. DRG is an absolute beast right now, though. I would be surprised, honestly, if DRG doesn't manage to make something happen there. And also, I'm surprised that he brought DRG in with his group, just because they're teammates in a sense, right? It's confusing. Maybe he just thinks that DRG will be able to take on Special and Scarlet as well, because his overall ZVZ is one of the best I've seen, and his ZVT is pretty darn solid as well. But anyway, we'll have to wait and see how that unfolds. I'm very much looking forward to that myself as well. And, you know what, we'll have to see it at some later point. Anyway, in the top right side, there he is, the blue Terran player from the Brave Star Gamings. He is Dream. Bottom left side, there he is, the red Terran player fighting for Kaisi Gaming. He is Innovation. It's over, Innovation. I have the high ground. I have different high ground. Alright, always a fun little battle that could occur in a TVT. This is why TVT is this great, guys. Oh, DRG is also in the Afrika Freaks. Yeah, exactly. So I wasn't sure that he would want to have his teammates, or why he would. But he said he was trying to help out DRG, right? That's what he mentioned in the group pickings. And he said like, oh yeah, I wanted to give him an easy time. But I suppose Special picking stats for his team, that may have made things a lot more difficult than he wanted it to be. I think Special just kind of wanted to, you know, be special. Special being special. Okay, so far both these players just kind of going for the macro openings here, right? Let's take a look what will happen. Making a Viking, first and foremost, is Dream. And I'm wondering if he's still going to go for a bio play, right? Because that previous bio game really didn't work out in his favor. Innovation as well. I'm curious to see, is he going to go for that battle mech play again? Because the battle mech's not going to work against the bio, I'd say. Or is he just going to play it safe and go straight up into that massive amount of siege tanks and the Vikings? There is the Cyclone upgrade once again. Doesn't say everything though. Every time he does go for the Cyclones in the early game. I thought TY was teamless. He's on a Freak of Freaks right now. Yeah, man. He joined, I think he joined them as he was in the finals of the GSL the previous time. Or after he won the finals. One of those two. But yeah, can't have it like a GSL finalist even be teamless, right? That's ridiculous. Oh, Hellion drop here from Innovation. Not sure how much it will get done. 1 kill so far. Not gonna get anything else. Very nice cleanup there for Dream. Good positioned siege tank there. Cleans up the medevac as well. So that's an absolute whiff right here for Innovation. Will not be able to take the initiative. Will not be able to take the overall advantage. Just kind of behind right now, isn't he? Let's take a look. Yep. Twice as much gas, more than twice as many minerals lost there for Innovation. Who is now, once again, coming across with those Cyclones. And again, I'm like, you shouldn't be able to get many kills here, right? But he does this thing with the Reaper. Lets the Reaper tank the first shot. And then the Cyclones come in. So he only gets 1 shot on the siege tank on the Cyclone. And then he might be able to get him, especially with that 3rd Cyclone there. I'm not even sure if he's gonna go for this, of course. It would be remarkable if he manages to get that much value once more with those initial Cyclones. Yeah, plus even stat set, he has something to prove when asked by TY if he's okay with a switch. Wait, what? I kind of zoned out later on in the overall thing. Was Stats saying to TY that he had something to prove? Like, Stats had something to prove, or TY had something to prove? Was he telling TY that TY had something to prove by switching him out? I'm confused. I'm confused by the sentence. I'm sorry. Makes a deep run. I wouldn't be surprised if Stats becomes a champion, man. Honestly, he's been playing so freaking good right now. Today as well. I mean, he took out Innovation in games where, you know, it kind of looked tight, but still... I mean, at the same time, ultimately, he made it look easy versus Dream in some games, you know? And that's scary as well. Innovation, 80% win rate versus Protoss. And Stats still, you know what? It didn't look easy versus Innovation, but it didn't look like a desperate situation either, right? It wasn't grasping at straws. It wasn't really Innovation dropping the ball. It was just Stats making very solid choices. Maybe the one ball that Innovation dropped was in that, well, in the 3rd game with taking a lot of losses to the Dark Templar. Maybe that's the one thing you could point out, but other than that, Stats just playing a wonderful game right there. And yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he does manage to get himself deep into the GSL either. If not, just take the whole thing. Take the bloody trophy, Stats. Just do it already. Show us the way. As the Protoss man. Either that, or I would love to see DRG take the trophy as well. That would be amazing. Imagine DRG just like coming back from military, an old guy that is just coming in. Scarlet as well. Scarlet winning the GSL. That would be sick as hell. Those are my... Well, yeah, I think those are my top 3 picks that I would like to see. Maybe Maru again, right? That's always a lot of hype. If I had to choose... Those are my 4 picks to win the GSL. I want all 4 of them to win it in some way. So that's actually the last Protoss in GSL. I mean, he's been in this game for a long time, and he's been able to get himself, you know what, a good amount of tournament wins. He has been known as the top dog before. He kind of fell apart there for a moment, but it looks like it's starting to become his season again, right? Who besides Scarlet and Maru I hope to win, you mean? I hope DRG and Stats. Those are my 4 picks. Scarlet, DRG, Stats, and Maru, probably. Because there's just a lot of hype, Maru winning as well. You know, because I want to go back to the memes of never having Maru versus Serral. But then if Maru just stops winning everything in Korea, then why are we even hoping for that, you know? Anyway, looking like a little bit similar as the last time around. Less siege tanks though this time. And more siege tanks for Dream here, which he doesn't lose to Hellbat drops. So that is already pretty darn strong as well. Oh, the interference matrices though, providing a lot of cover here. A lot of the bio for Dream completely out of position. Now, only now coming in. Trying to safeguard these siege tanks, but losing still quite a lot of them. And is not going to be able to push in any further. Might want to consider setting up a flank on the right side here to... Once again, you know what, as he did the last time, I think this time around he's going to be in a lot better position if he tries to do something like this. But just a straightforward frontal push, that is absolutely suicidal against this amount of siege tanks. Look at the amount he's got. I mean, Dream's just like, what? Alright. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see what will happen here. The siege tanks coming on in, getting a great siege stop position here. Yes, he has surrounded himself by 2 bio balls, but at the same time, I mean, look at what else is coming in. I think Innovation, once again, the macro monster, may have found himself a victory here. Win this TVT with just a massive amount of siege tanks and the Vikings as supports versus this bio play from Dream. And of course, you could mention, like, Dream may have been able to perhaps provide a little bit more pressure on the other side of the map. It's difficult though, of course, with this amount of Vikings, this amount of siege tanks. Maybe a base trade would be a better choice. This is just a very rough situation overall to be in as a Terran player, I suppose. Alright, last attempt, last ditch efforts. Will he be able to clean this up? The Vikings are landing, and I don't think he will be. The siege tanks just too strong, too plentiful. And, well, he did clean up the Vikings here, but, I mean, yeah, that's it. GG, losing the bases. Well done by Innovation. The 2 top dogs from this group, I'd say, making it through to the playoffs as well. And that means we have our final lineup secured. And that will be, let me show you guys actually the final lineup over here in this situation right now that we have ourselves available, because it is one hell of a nice little playoffs that we're going to be looking into. Let me show you guys real quick over here. Cure is our first Terran to have advanced. Afterwards, he's going to go up against Innovation. So, Cure versus Innovation. That is one of the best of 5s that we're having. A little bit of a rematch of the GSL semifinals within this little tournament right here. And then, in the other semifinals, we have Stats versus Sue. Stats, you know what, an amazing player making a comeback, a resurgence in a way. And Sue, in a similar boat, also making a kind of a comeback in that sense as well. Really has been picking up games again, really coming back and bringing some awesome games overall. He's our Zerg right there, and, well, we're bound to have either a TVZ or a TVP finals right there in the best of 7. So that is always a good thing as well. And, well, this is crazy. This is crazy. Some lovely plays, some lovely games here today. I think we really were well treated by these players. And you know what? If you want to thank them, definitely go check out the Matcherino page. If you're, you know what, willing to do the coupon code, that's very much appreciated. If you want to help us out some more, you could do a survey quest here as well. If you're from the NA region, there's a replay pack available for all of these replays right here. All of these days right here available for your picking, for your liking. You'll have to wait and see. Just check him out. Go see him. And learn some great stuff from all of these great players. Now, when is the playoffs? That is a fantastic question. It's either on Wednesday, Friday, or Saturday. Let me see. Is Sushi here? Is Sushi here? I'm not that great with the planning overall. The thing is, it doesn't show on Liquipedia. That's where I get my information. Potato Blap. Do you know? Potato Blap sometimes knows more than I do as well. He's involved more so with the organization and stuff. It says the 19th in Pedia? Does it? Really? I'm just blind, ain't I? The 19th, so that would be on the Sunday. Alright, nice. 1 week. Will be next week. Alright. Probably trying to avoid some other stuff. Yeah, 19th, there's the end date. That's that's well spotted, actually. I should look into that. Alright. Alright, we got it. We got it. We got to figure it out. We're on the ball. We got it all. We got it sorted, right? No problem. Anyway, hope to see you guys then. I'm gonna be throwing you guys to somebody else to raid, if you don't mind, of course. Let me see what else is going on right here. Because you know what? Let me see who is online. Which other stuff is happening right now? Let me find the streamers. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, no problem, my man. No problemo. What? He came online? Oh, that could be a good host. All right, hold up, guys. Hold up. I wanna have a big raid if you don't mind. Let me see the following. Let us take a look. Wadi starting soon. Yeah, Wadi is starting soon. All right, let's throw you guys all to Wadi. He's the wonderful guy doing everything he can for the StarCraft 2 scene. And it's been a while since we've really been able to repay him for the massive raid he once threw us. So, you know what? This would be a good opportunity to do so. And, well, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for all the support you guys give us. It is very much appreciated. And I hope you had a good time. I hope I was entertaining. And I hope to see you next time again. All right? Some other time. And until then, peace out. Talk to you later. Love you all. Bye-bye. I'm dematerializing again. Fantastic.